So, welcome back to A Memory of Ashes. Where we picked up at the end of last session, the party had just finished a crossing across the frozen Spirit Lake, the aptly named Spirit Lake, as they encountered a drowned spirit who gave them a little bit of a run for their money before they were able to handily dispatch it, and arrives now in the small village town of Spirit's Respite. It's a village, much less than a town. You can see that, true to its name, provides a nice resting area for loggers, lumberjacks, miners who are in and around this area exploring and exploiting resources to bring back down towards the rest of the Tyrrhenian Republic. Wood, lumber, and ore are popular exports of this region, and this is a nice, sleepy sort of mining slash lumber village that you've happened onto, with a nice, decent view of the frozen lake in front. You see a couple of buildings, one that looks quite clearly to be a tavern or inn of some sort, and another one that looks to be a combination smithy slash general store. Some smaller residential buildings, what looks to be a small isolated path leading off to some barns and other storehouses deeper into the forest. There's not that many people around, and only a couple stop to turn and look your way as you make your way up the incline from the frozen lake, covered in black ichor and blood. So as you arrive in the village, what's your first port of call?
We want to get some lodging. We plan to hang out here for a little bit.
This could be an opportunity to learn if anything strange has been happening in the region.
Some rest would definitely be very welcome.
What's the churchy thing?
The churchy thing.
Oh, sorry, we're in that town. Sorry, it was
Yeah.
like another one to the right.
No,
Sorry.
we're not there just yet. That's Timberfall.
Oh, we're there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What time of day is it?
It's
Right,
evening, I believe.
yeah.
Right?
Just
Yeah.
the sun's just
Oh,
starting to set. You can
Managed to make
see,
it across the river, the lake.
yeah, sun was just starting to set. You can see torchlights start glowing from various windows. A warm orange glow starts to descend or ascend from the various different windows and doors of the houses.
I think finding some lodgings for the night might be appropriate.
How long? Do we know how far the distance is to Timberfall, like on this map here, from where we are to Timberfall itself?
Yeah, probably about a day's journey.
Okay.
I mean, it's not super far.
I think it doesn't look like we could, unless we want to push on through the night. Maybe tonight we stay here for one night before we move on into the big city.
I agree. Let's find shelter and listen to what tales might be told.
We can ask
Sure.
about the spirit that we saw on the lake, perhaps.
But we should also keep in mind that within the Republic, we are persona non grata. So perhaps let's try to be subtle about it.
Indeed, we will keep a low profile.
On saying that, Pierre just retracts all his hands. They all go into the backpack. Are there people mulling about, like walking around in this little village, or is it people kind of like?
There's a little bit, yeah. Mostly it's those that are going back home, or coming back from, hard day, chopping down trees. Some are heading towards the tavern, or and sort of the pub. You can see also there's a second floor with what looks to be, some beds or some what looks to be lodgings. So that might be a place you could go if you wanted to find lodging. Only a couple people seem to be heading towards the tavern. The rest seem to be heading, home.
I think we're agreed on the tavern, yeah?
Yep, let's head there.
Yeah. And since a big old half orc is probably a little conspicuous, it's not like a diverse Benetton ad of a town, right?
Not super diverse. No, it's mostly elves and other sort. But like I said, what you'll notice is that those few people that did turn to look at you didn't really seem to pay much attention to what you look like. I think we can see from the type of people that are in and around this town that they're sort of focused more on their own things and less about the politics and the racial aspects of your encounters around the rest of the Republic.
Yeah,
Okay,
I would
so-
expect Koresh could blend in better than, say, Saris in a place like this. You just need to put on some flannel and grab a saw, and you'll look like you fit right in.
Pretty much, right? Yeah. As long as you look like you can, handle your way around an axe, you should be fine.
Then Pierre sticks out like a sword.
Well,
throw.
axes
Yeah.
are the enemies of trees. So, let me. Well, I don't think it requires me to expend a use of wild shape, but I will pull my fur cloak up over my head to obscure my features somewhat.
Sure, you do that. And again, just like you were in Elkeep, the hooded cloak helps mask some of the coloration of your skin and the teeth. All right, so you make your way to the tavern, and I'm just going to move you over. And I said, this is a small tavern, not overly decorative. Sorry, just give me 1 second. Right. Not overly decorative, but you can see actually a couple of patrons sitting at some low tables. Bowls of stew or roast meats sitting before them as they start tucking into their dinner. One or two barmaids sort of wandering around the tavern, serving and carrying trays of food and ale. And in the corner, you see what looks to be the bartender or the innkeep. A large, barrel-chested half-orc with green skin. As he has a towel over his shoulder, wiping down a couple of mugs of ale, he sees the group of you come in. Pays no attention really to Koresh, and then raises an eyebrow maybe at seeing Saris and Pierre, and walking through the door. Maybe Pierre with his 4 mechanical arms, drawing a little bit of attention.
They're put away, not like obviously completely hidden, but they are retracted and put against the backpack.
All right, so it just looks like a big metal backpack.
And Sarah still has her tabard, so still wearing her tabard and everything.
Yeah. And what you will also notice, I think, for those of you probably don't need a perception check for this, is that when Dara steps through the door, you can see the color drain a little bit out of the bartender's face. As you can see him suddenly get just a little bit nervous. But he comes up to the front of the bar, says, "You look like you got the shit kicked out of you. Why don't you take a seat? We'll get you some drinks and some hot food."
That would
Thank
be
you, my
much
good man.
appreciated.
Oh, there's a spare table over there.
Ready, Jester?
Yeah, there's a couple of empty tables. You can just pick one.
This one's big.
Crash just
Koresh is going to sit by himself.
Sorry. I'm not used to not having a maitre d' at my restaurants. So the open
there's
seating
no
is
front. So yeah,
confusing.
there is no front of house.
house.
The,
Yeah.
the druid is not accustomed to not having a maitre d'.
no.
You're not accustomed to your regular raccoon just showing up with the menu for you?
Yeah. Well, it's actually a penguin because they're already wearing the tuxedo.
Mm.
But
It's this goose.
Is this where we learn Koresh's backstory? Is that he originally came from a Disney movie?
No, I was
He
thinking
fell
more
through a
Tim
portal from the enchanted universe.
I was thinking more Batman Returns. The penguin.
So you sit down. The tables and the chairs aren't really anything to write home about, but they're serviceable. And barmaid comes by, drops down 5 mugs of ale and 5 bowls of what looked to be some sort of meat stew, dark brown, looks to have some carrots in it, maybe a potato. Again, nothing that's...
Pardon me, my good woman. Might I trouble you for a simple vegetable salad and perhaps some water?
Vegetables. It's the middle of winter.
Well, perhaps just the carrot that went in the stew.
Sure. I'll ask Phil. She goes back. You see her mutter with the bartender, and the bartender sort of looks at you. And again, you can see on his face just a little bit nervous. Nods, goes back into the back room. And later, you can see him, at the bar table chopping up some of these carrots. A few minutes later, the barmaid comes back, and puts down a bowl of what looks to be some very hastily chopped carrots, and a glass of water.
Thank you. I'm grateful for your flexibility.
Tareth, what are you like Bugs Bunny?
Prefer not to eat meat. But if someone would like my stew or this alcohol, you are welcome to it.
As you finish the sentence, Pierre's one of his arms just grabs the stew and slides it, starts chomping away.
And Tynum just reaches over and moves the ale over towards himself.
Merci, Dareth. Thank you very much. Starts throwing it back.
Much appreciated.
So, is this a 2-story inn?
Yeah, you can see there is a 2-story inn. I haven't been able to put up the second story, but
Okay.
there are 2 stories.
Between bites, Pierre will be like, so I guess this is home for the night then. How is everyone feeling? I mean, we are here for Terrace. You said you know someone out here?
I spent much time in this region. We are very close to the place where I grew up, in fact. But the monastery has been my home, where I conducted most of my training for the order.
And you left on good terms or no?
Very good terms indeed. I have always been most loyal. This is why I'm troubled by recent events.
Well, let's hope
Is
they
that
are.
Sorry. Continue.
Let's hope they are still as welcoming as they maybe once were to you. Can't really trust anybody now after what happened the last few days. You think it would be okay to just show up there? Are we safe here? Was there spies even in this area?
I imagine that many in this area would be familiar with the monastery. Less about our religious inclinations, but very familiar with our role in diplomacy and espionage throughout the kingdoms.
Yes, it looked like the bartender spotted you right away. Even amongst our group, you seem to be, which seldom happens, the one that stood out.
Indeed, whether this is related to Thora or the seal remains to be seen.
How do the other patrons look when we walk in? Do they notice us at all? Like, are we making a big deal or?
So the couple that are near the fireplace, the furthest away from you, they seem not to notice you really much. They're deep in conversation. They're deep into their food. Seem to be, if not related, then quite close to each other. Either brother, sister, or husband, wife. You can't really tell.
Or both.
Sibling
Or
dating.
both, maybe. Although I'm not sure if you want to go and ask. At the table nearest you, actually, however, you see that the half-elf sitting there seems to be, relatively middle-aged. Hair is a bit messy. And you can hear him he seems to already be, a few mugs in terms of his cups. And he is muttering to himself. And you can see him sort of dart his eyes towards you. Pierre specifically, actually. Muttering and then making quite clear that he's trying very hard not to make it look like he's staring at you.
While completely staring at me.
While
Yeah.
completely staring at you.
That's nothing new for Pierre, I guess. I guess Tainam, you see the one behind me. Yeah, the drunk one. Maybe you could strike up a conversation with him. I think it's better if I don't make too much of a target for myself.
The one just behind me.
Yes, he seems to like his ale, and I think maybe that could be a way for you to get in with him, you know? I don't drink, so would not be very much use here.
Okay, so Tynum now has the 2 extra ales, considering that Dareth is also not drinking. Turns around and just says, "My good man, it looks like we have extra. Would you like our spare?"
Or you're not drinking it.
Unfortunately, 2 of my companions are not partaking tonight, and they do at other occasions. Well, we have spare, and I thought, why not share the good cheer?
No, I really shouldn't. But thank you. Thank you. No, thank you.
I will just leave 1 tankard here on your table. Should you choose to have it or not, that's fine with me, and no harm taken if you choose to leave without it.
Are you with them?
Yes, these are my traveling companions.
No. Them.
I don't know. Who do you mean by them?
That's what you would say if you were one of them. And he sort of puts his head back down into his mug. And you can hear him muttering again.
Tynum just leans over to Pierre and goes, "Well, he seems to be. Well, I'm sure you could hear that, but I think he's going to be focusing on his own drinks for now.
Fair enough. Thought maybe we could squeeze something out of someone with a little bit looser lips than most people right now at this moment, but no problem.
Well, he's obviously worried about a particular group. Have no idea who that could be, but didn't seem like normal paranoia,
You think
if I should say.
You think it's the rest group, the monastery group?
Possibly. Dareth, I couldn't help but notice that the barkeep was a little bit worried when he noticed you.
Try an insight roll on the nature of the barkeep's discomfort, whether it's to me personally.
Yeah, go for it.
Can I roll? Because I've been actually waiting to ask to roll
Yeah,
that
yeah, go
since,
for it. Both of you
since
can.
Pierre and Tarf started talking. That's what I tried to butt in with.
Yeah, Saris, go for it. There, he certainly looks a little bit nervous, but you can't really tell anything past that. Saris, your roll's not showing up.
Yeah, I don't know. It says 2GM and it says 16, but I'm going to change. Depending on my roll 20 settings, I think it's going to be with.
Okay, that's probably why. Yeah, okay, I see it. All right.
There we go. I
Yeah.
set it to never whisper. Thank you.
Yeah. Saris, you can see from the bartender, from what the way his eyes keep darting towards Dareth, maybe a little bit towards you, right? But he's primarily concerned with Dareth.
Yeah, but do I get any more read? Like, does he seem scared? Does he seem
He seems
angry? Is
not
there, like, any
angry.
mood
He
of
seems
nothing?
nervous. Maybe not quite scared, but apprehensive.
Derek, do you have any insignia on you, or is it just your cloak and your hood? Like, is there any like identifiable features?
Nothing that's revealed right now.
Right. Okay.
I
Well,
have
is
a
it-
tattoo, but no one can see it.
Okay.
What are you dressed like, though?
Well, my usual traveling ninja wear, I would guess.
I
So
wasn't sure if you.
I've got a cloak of elven kind, right?
you do have a cloak, yeah, but I think he probably might have seen sort of the letters that you have underneath the cloak.
There you go.
The katana
Right.
might give you away too.
Also, the
I'm
katana.
sure I have a certain bearing. I think there'd be
Yeah.
someone in this region. There would be no doubt of who I represent.
Pretty much, I think you are essentially in Duskagan, home territory, right? So
Exactly.
yeah,
It's like when a West Point officer walks into the local bar. Everybody knows
basically,
who he is.
yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, who wants to be the one to secure us some beds and rooms for the evening?
What's it? No, Ceres will get up and make her way to the bar and go, hello, good sir. Myself and my traveling companions were wondering if you possibly had any free accommodation for us to stay the night.
The half orc comes up to you, sort of takes a look at your tabard, brings his gaze back up to you and says, how many rooms you be looking at?
I assume the. By the way, I don't know how you're doing rooms in your world, because I know medieval times you usually just bunked up with people.
There are rooms. You wouldn't. I mean, in most of the taverns and inns that you see here, they actually do have like fully enclosed rooms. Maybe no en suites, but rooms.
How many have you got on offer?
I could get you up to 3.
three shall do nicely, I think. Then.
It's not like I've got expecting many other travelers through here tonight. Be 5
Fine
silver.
season?
Well, I mean, it's not really a tourist area, and what with the war, I mean, most people coming here are here to work.
Has the war had much effect on the town?
Us? No, not yet. Some of the army's been by, picking up soldiers and stuff, but most of them understand we're better off, cutting wood to make arrows and to make battering rams and stuff like that. So they leave us mostly well alone.
Oh, recently we didn't see anyone on the road.
Well, must have been at least. I think the last patrol that came by must have been at least a couple of weeks ago. I wouldn't be surprised.
Last patrol. So they've been coming back again. Why would that be? Sounds bizarre. If they got everything they wanted.
Timberfall's just a day's way. This is
I see. No, thank you for that. No, just we must have just missed them. But yes, so you said 5 silver a room?
5 silver.
5 silver total.
5 silver a head.
A head. Oh, my apologies.
Right.
Right,
But that includes obviously your meals for tonight. Fruit and the drinks for free because it just looked like you needed it. But
thank you.
obviously there might be some breakfast involved as well. Whatever we can scrounge up.
Very kind. So yeah, then I'll give him 2 gold and 5 silver then.
All right, so you're paying that? Yeah.
I'll just hand it over while
Okay.
I'm at the table.
Yeah. So that's
I'm not going back going, all right, everyone cough up. No, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna
Ching ching ching.
yeah.
I'll
Just deduct that from your inventory.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it on my D&D Beyond. Yep.
Sure.
But yep, I'll hand it over.
And so it sort of looks at your tabard for a bit. If you don't mind me asking, are you one of them paladin orders?
Yes, indeed. I'm from the Order of the Some of my brain just died. My timeless life.
New tally,
my
new
brain
tally.
just-
First time Sarah's forgot her order.
It's been too long. It's been too long
since we played it. 2 weeks was too long. But I say, yeah, I'm from the Order of the Timeless Light.
Oh, I've
Have
heard
you
of
heard of us?
heard of you, seen a couple of your kind pass through.
It's
Not,
delightful. When would that have been?
I can't remember. Must have been a while back. But
Oh, a pity.
paid well, tipped well. Didn't make a fuss. That's pretty much all I could
I
ask
ordered-
for.
My order does try to keep a good reputation.
Yeah, about that. You don't mind me asking. What are you doing traveling with the likes of him? And he sort of gestures his head over towards Dareth.
Whatever do you mean?
Look, we've
I used the Louis Theroux method of just asking people
Yeah.
stupid questions so they can offer more information.
look. We know his kind. Alright.
His kind.
Just if you don't know, then be careful around him. Right. People like him can't be trusted.
I appreciate the advice, and I'm going to I'll slip another silver on the table there.
Much obliged. I'll bring another round of drinks. The water's free for obvious reason, but the ale's on the house too. Just for tonight, you
Right.
understand?
Thank you. Rooms have keys or are bolted?
Keys. I'll have Lexi bring them over to you.
Oh, thank you kindly. You'd be most helpful. What is your name, perchance?
Well, full name's Ruthfred, but Most of the people around here just call me Phil. Makes it easier. You understand? The half-orc names tend to make them a little bit harder for them to pronounce.
I understand if you wish to be more comfortable. My name is Ceres. Very good to make your acquaintance.
It's nice to meet you.
And with that, Ceres is going to head back to the table, and to me, just kind of it's not going to be like woof, but it's a bit of a drop. Where she goes, she's going to lean forward, gentlemen. Just a quick note: there have been patrols seen in the area in the last couple of weeks, and the most nearest outpost is within traveling distance, within a day's travel.
A few minutes later, Lexi comes by and drops off three sort of large-ish keys, iron keys, but strung up and attached to a small slat of wood. It says,
Thank you, Lexi.
3 rooms.
And I'm going to slip Lexi. I'll slip Lexi a copper.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll get you another drink.
Good for now, thank you.
Well, you know where I am.
Indeed. But yeah, I'll also lean in and go, and Mr. Darif, I believe your suspicions might be correct. I think the owner of this establishment is fully aware of what group you belong to.
Well, this is not a surprise, but I admit I am relieved. My fear was that perhaps my face was being shared, or that some might be looking for me particularly.
No, but the gentleman was quite astute, though. He said I should keep an eye out for you.
My reputation precedes me, I suppose. My concern, my hope rather, is that our enemies believe that we died in Eldkeep and have no idea that we are so close.
Me, sorry.
Pierre, give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
Okay.
Nope.
Everything seems fine.
Yeah, he's busy chowing down.
Yeah.
Food's pretty good.
Food's pretty good.
Yeah.
My passive is 16, if that helps.
Well, Dareth, I think you would have. I think you'll notice just the half elf who's sitting behind Tynum is still staring, but he's not staring at you. He's staring at Pierre, and you can see him sort of mouthing, sort of words or what you can't quite understand what he's mouthing, right? Things that don't make quite a lot of sense to you, even though you have a good ability to read lips. It just doesn't seem like anything that you've really heard of.
I believe your new friend is showing great interest in Pierre.
Is he still?
Indeed.
Pierre finishes up scooping up. Do you think I should go and maybe introduce myself, see his reaction? As I think Dynam has had a chance to make his acquaintance, and as Dynam said, I don't think he was very interested.
Has he
Fresh.
touched his ale?
Yeah, he is. He's drinking. He's drinking heavily.
Okay.
But he's
so
not touching
picked up the
yours.
spare that I
He's
left.
not touching the
Okay,
spare.
he didn't. Right.
I'm gonna.
Maybe you could find out from the bartender if this man is a local or a regular.
All right. There's a few things I want to ask about the town, so might as well. So I'll walk up to Phil.
Yeah.
Uncle Phil. And I will say Dr. Phil. Hopefully not Dr. Phil.
Ooh,
Or else we'll
ooh,
have to
no.
kill him.
Uncle Phil, much
Um,
better.
Yes. So I will say, I hear this region is known for timber and mining and so forth. There wouldn't happen to be a blacksmith in town, would there?
Sure. I mean, need a blacksmith for almost everything we do around here. You know, horseshoes, bindings, carts. Not to mention, there's ready supply of ore for us to smelt around here. So, we've got a pretty decent blacksmith.
Can he work with gold?
Gold. Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask them. It's just a couple of houses over. You'll see the forge, although I think it's probably cold at this time of night. And we could try again in the morning. I have to be honest. Most of us around here, we don't see a whole lot of gold. Most of the work we do is iron and tin.
I see. Well, it's easy enough to work with, from what I hear. But, seems quiet in here tonight.
Well, I mean, it's getting close to winter. Oh, it is winter, but it's getting close to middle of winter. Don't get many travelers, like I told your friend just now, and well, most people tend to want to stay home, cuddle up next to the fire. We've got the Lee family over on the far right. They come in here and for dinner most of the while. Then there's Portibus on that table next to you. He just comes here mostly for the ale.
That much is apparent.
It's a strange fellow, him. Keeps muttering on about things I can't understand. He fancies himself as some sort of inventor. You ask me, he's a bit loco.
Well, too much drink does have that effect on even the most sophisticated amongst us.
I run a tavern, mate. Trust me, I'm aware.
So, how is the road to Timberfall?
Well, this time of year, probably about the same as it was for you coming in. It should be fairly quiet.
Well,
Most of the snow should be gone, so maybe a little bit of ice, but nothing I'm sure you can't handle.
well, coming in, we did have a run-in with a spirit on the lake. So I hope that it's...
Did you cross the lake?
Yes. We thought we would save time.
What in the hell would possess you to try and cross the lake?
Well, to be honest, we thought the naming of the lake was, metaphorical.
Oh yeah, everybody knows that lake's haunted.
As do we. Now. So, perhaps there should be better signage along the banks.
Why didn't you just take the bridge?
Well, like I said, we were trying to make better time.
Right. Well, you're lucky. Well, it makes sense why you all look the way you do. You're lucky that you made it out alive.
Yes, rather nasty piece of work that spirit was.
Oh, it's a bloody bastard, he is. Keeps coming back, too.
Well, hopefully not anytime soon. We did blast him into ethereal bits and whatnot. But, alright. It's good to see, is there like a secret half-orc, like, handshake? Is there like a word that we call each other?
I don't know. Is there a word that you think would work?
No. This is being streamed. So, yeah, I'm good. So I'll give him a curt nod, and I will compliment him on his stew, and then I will sit back at the table.
Right. Yeah, he just sort of gives you a nod. Goes back to wiping down his tankards.
All right, and now once I'm back at the table, I will say, so Pierre, looks like that fellow behind you goes by the name Barnabas, and he's staring at you, not because he wants to buy you a drink, but Phil tells me that he's a bit of an inventor.
Pierre's eyes light up. Oh, interesting. Another potential artificer. I haven't met many of my kind yet, or people of my profession yet in the last few days. In old keeping here now. Seems like they're all starting to show up. And I'm gonna take my clean bowl that I've cleaned off and go to walk up to the barkeep going between us, like so I'm right in front of that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And as I walk past, like one of the arms is gonna come out and just do like a little finger gun at him, like so, and then walk by and just pass the bowl to the barkeep and just say, I guess, does he react first as I do that?
No, he just sort of takes the bowl and you're talking about the barkeep, right?
No, I do the finger gun to the Barnabas as I walk by him. Like one of the arms just kind of points and gives him a little like, "Hey, what's up?" with the finger.
He sort of you can see that again. He was trying to do his staring, not staring sort of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you do the finger gun at him, he sort of like starts a little bit, and immediately brings his eyes back down toward his mug, and you can hear him muttering stuff again to himself.
Okay, so I've got his attention. Okay, I'll go to the barkeep and say, "This was delicious. Thank you very much. I give my compliments to the chef."
Good. I'll tell him you said that.
And turn around and sit right down next to right across from the Barnabas guy, the drunk guy. Bonjour, mon ami. I could not help but notice you are quite interested in yours truly. I hear maybe you are somewhat of a creative type.
You sound imperial.
I pick up the accents from all over. I've spent a lot of my time studying and researching, as you can see. And a lot of my studies have led me to read imperial books and speak to those who are maybe from the empire, and I guess I've picked up the accent.
No. You don't sound like someone who picked up the accent. You sound like someone who grew up with the accent.
Yeah. The people around me who are knowledgeable in these things just seem to have the accent. Hey, so, I hear you're a inventor of sorts.
Wait. Who told you that? Did they tell you that?
Oh,
Wait.
it's word of mouth. That's all.
Wait.
You were very interested in me, and I guess I'm a little bit interested in you.
Did they send you to find me?
What?
Did they
No,
send you to find me?
No, nobody sent me anywhere.
Is he giving me
Are you?
poisoned ale, and now you're gonna try and poison my food? Is that it?
Are you trying to insult the chef? I just told him the food was amazing. What are you talking about?
They keep trying to steal my inventions. I won't let them. I won't let them steal it.
Hey,
Not
sir,
this time. Not this time.
No, I completely agree. I think inventions are not only the baby and the brainchild of those who create it, but they should be admired and inspire
Your
others.
arms. Those are arms, right?
Oui, and
How did you get the articulation? Like, is it solenoid actuated, or
Oh, well.
are you using hydraulics?
Well, you see, it's a little bit of both. So when I first used to do hydraulics, I could find that I required a lot of my own body weight to try to anchor myself, and it didn't work. And so then I started to get there. I had these small little crystals you can see here in the joints as they glow. Here, watch this, and I'll just make the arms kind of like start spinning around and kind of showing their dexterity. And one of the arms will actually cast minor illusion, one of the hands of him actually just happily dancing around in the palm of the hand. And you can see I've managed to channel some of the energy through the crystals, and they come out of in a more focused manner through the fingertips. And yeah, I'm still working on it. It's not perfect, but it's I'm having a little bit of fun, and you can see myself. And it just goes on and on and on.
How do you handle the heat dissipation?
You see, that was something that I took quite a lot of time to figure it out. And you actually can see quite a bit of like Pierre's. He'll show the guy like Pierre's hands are pretty like burnt up and calloused, and yeah, it was a problem. But you see this backpack here. I built the vents to go on the outside and the rear, and as they fire, the gas it explodes backwards, and that way it funnels it through the back. So yeah, better not to stand behind me when I fire these, but I don't feel anything anymore.
I recognize the mechanics. You are Imperial.
Oh, well, like I said, I learned from whoever I could, and since that happens to be the people that I learned from, I don't distinguish from the minds of the creators. I just want to focus on the creations. I'm sure you understand. What kind of creations have you created, perhaps?
Oh, no. That's what they want me to tell you, isn't it? That's what they want. They want you to learn about my inventions so that they can steal them. Is that it?
Oh, no. I think actually it's the opposite. I think when we showcase our creations to others, we inspire each other, and we can maybe promote more of this creativity. And you asked about mine. I simply am curious about yours. Maybe I can help you out, or you can help me, and I can improve these arms. This part here, I seem to guess this shoulder joint. It doesn't seem to be want to get to a certain angle. It seems to get always stuck on the handle here and against the backpack, and I can't seem to figure it out. Do you have an idea?
You're using a single hinge joint on there. You better using a flange.
Yes, I did not consider that actually. I thought that a flange would, and then pull out the notebook.
You lose a little bit in stability, but you would get much more in terms of flexibility.
And I'll intentionally pull out the notebook that I have of all my little creations and notes, and almost obviously flip them through in front of him ever so slowly to a blank page while showing off all the previous designs or works, and say, let me just write this down here. Where's my page about the arms and the joints? Yeah, and then just kind of flash it in front of him.
Are you writing about me?
No, just what you said about the flash. I said it's a great idea. You're
it looks
genius.
like you're writing about me.
No. I'll drop the pen. No, sir. I only just inspired. You are creative, and like I said, you are a genius, and I didn't even think about this. So thank you.
Flattery won't get you anywhere. That's how they took my inventions last time. They said that I would be famous. They said I'd be known all over the world. Well, fat lot of good that did me.
Well, you see, in my travels, not everybody receives their inventions as creations or creativity. Some of them sees them as machines that create problems.
Now I'm stuck here in this bloody public territory, surrounded by elves and half-orcs. And now the one Imperial I do see says he's not Imperial.
Well, I'm curious, who is this they you're talking about? Why would anyone want to take your things?
Them. Oh.
I apologize, I have no idea what you're talking about. I've spent my whole life studying, and as you can see, refining this. I'm not very knowledgeable in politics and people.
That's what they want. Right? They like staying in the shadows. But they'll take and they'll steal everything.
Well, nobody's taken these. Oh, I tell you one time, someone tried to take this backpack off my arm, and I told them, I said, I would rather die before I separated from my creations. So I know what you mean. I understand. And from one creator to the next, I respect your decision to keep them to yourself, and I will not prod any further. So, your name again, sir? Sorry, I did not get your name. My name is Pierre. And I'll put my actual hand out to shake him.
Pierre is an imperial name.
Yes, I mean, again,
What's your
like I
last
said-
name?
Well, you haven't even told me yours yet.
Well, tell me what's your full name.
I would like to hear. I mean, it seems like you're asking me all the questions. Are you trying to get information out of me?
See, that's what they would say. They would just say, they give me a name. They would try to get my name.
So
They
you
told me
expect
this. They told me this would happen.
You do realize that you are scared of someone taking all your information, and you are asking about all of mine.
That's the only way I know whether or not I can trust you with my information.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I just want to. I'm trying to understand if he's intentionally trying to be all sneaky, or if he's genuinely worried about me. Insight.
Yeah, it's this guy's weird.
Yeah. Okay.
Rocking it tonight, Thomas.
Well, Monsieur, it's been good to meet someone else who is also I guess, intellectual and creator as yourself. But I think I'd be more comfortable if you would be a little bit more open with me. And you say if you're not, that's it okay. It was nice to meet you. Thank you for the tip about the flange. And maybe one day we'll meet again.
So, my name is Portibus.
Portibus?
Portibus.
Portibus. Ah, there we go. Just a little bit of, kindness. You give me a little something, I give you just something as well. We are, like I said, we are creators. We need to trust each other in a world like this where people don't understand us,
I'm from Freeport. All the way to the
All way
west.
on the west.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Imperial territory.
And Pierre will intentionally put on an act of like looking around and trying to see if anyone's listening. Well, Barnabas, you seem to have figured it out, and I'm going to be honest with you because, and like I said, we are one kind. I am from the Empire, and I primarily am a studier and a scholar, or a student, if you will, of a place far away from here. And I don't meet many of my kind, especially many that are also from the Empire. What are you doing all the way out here?
I'm in hiding from them. I was an inventor in Freeport. I'm with Miner House. I was with the deux toilettes. Don't write that down.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you to spell it.
Yeah. My father, Seton, he invented a great many things.
Do I recognize any of these names?
Give me a history check.
Okay. Come on.
Yeah.
There we go.
You vaguely remember a minor house, Côte Toilette, quite well known for outhouses.
Okay. Mechanical, like
Mechanical,
artificial style outhouses? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the toilet, that name is with
Japanese ones.
with the bidets and so what does that come
You've heard of us. You've heard of us.
I've read about you and but I've not seen your creations or your family's creations up close. I've always wondered how you get the water to come up and reverse in the angle. I've always thought that was a remarkable
Yes.
idea.
It's a system of vows, but wait. No. This is how they get you. They got me talking about this. This is what happened the last time. They're trying to steal my secrets.
Monsieur, I assure you, I have no interest in copying you or anything. As you can see me, I have my own designs.
No,
am
maybe
my own
not you,
person.
but whoever you're working for. Maybe they're trying to steal secrets of my new invention.
You got a brand new toilet coming out? A new
Oh,
laboratory style?
no. No, I've grown much past that. We're working on something that will blow people away. It'll change the face of this world. But I can't tell you. They'll steal it.
I understand. For most of my life, I have kept to myself and not shared my studies with many others. I've not many, and I apologize. You see, I've grown up studying this art and this craft all on my own, and I've not really met many others who appreciate or understand the time and effort it takes to go into this. You know, and the journey that you have to go through in order to get to the end product, if you will. As you can see, I'm still on that journey myself. I've not perfected it myself. I'm sorry, I've never met another kind like me, you know?
You know, if you want me to share my secrets and my information, then you're going to have to help me.
Okay, of course, yeah. We should look out for one another, us artificers and inventors. What do you need?
I need crystal. Or it
Okay.
doesn't really matter. Diamond, gem, ruby, sapphire, whatever. I just need one, and it needs to be big enough. It has to be something that I can refract light through.
And the clarity, I assume, needs to be a certain. You want to.
Diamond would be clear enough. Otherwise, ruby and sapphire might give a slightly different refractory angle, but I can compensate for that.
Yes. Well, how big of the diamond or as the gems do you need?
Oh, maybe about like that big.
Okay. Do I know if we have anything like that in our inventory?
You don't.
Right,
You
we
can
do
tell
not-
right
we
away.
do not.
We don't have anything. Okay, cool.
And you can estimate. You can estimate that a crystal or a gem about that size would probably run you about 500 to 600 gold pieces.
Okay. Okay, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't have such a large piece of crystal on me right now, nor my companions. But I could definitely keep a lookout for you if you like. Are you willing to tell me what it is for yet?
Yes, my invention.
Well, just what the crystal is for, I guess. How is it? I mean, if I knew a little bit more about the purpose of the crystal, other than refracting light, maybe I can really narrow down my search. You know.
The purpose of the crystal is to reflect light. I have the power source all lined up, but I need a way of distribution. Physical distribution doesn't work anymore. The tubes freeze up. The hydraulic liquids don't work, and I can't find any around here. So I've found a way of using light to do that, transfer the similar information. But I need a gem which can help refract that.
This dude's building a fiber optic cable. Okay, sure. If I do find this, where can I contact you if I do find this? I don't think tonight I'll be going out, but maybe over the next few days, perhaps.
Yeah, I have I come here every night.
Okay, so I can expect to find you here. Do you know maybe if there are any the mountains and the ores in the nearby mountains? Would I don't know this place very well. Is there a bit of a mining town here, and could I find such crystals if I went out there?
You could, but you'd have to. Are you a miner? You don't look like much of a miner.
No. I'm just trying to think of a way to help a fellow inventor.
Sure, somebody around here can sell it. I just don't have the gold to buy it right now. you get me the crystal, I'll give you everything you need to know about how to improve your backpack.
Okay. Well, it was nice talking to you, Barnabas. Glad we met another friend like me.
Are we
And,
friends now?
Are we enemies?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think so. You are not an enemy to me. I hope I am not one to you.
I don't know who you're working for. I don't think I trust you just yet. Get
That
me
is
the
fair.
gem, we'll talk.
Deal. Well, au revoir, and thank you for the chat. And step up kindly, push the chair in, and waltz over 2 steps behind me and sit down with my group behind me. I assume, I mean, I wasn't talking quietly, so unless
Not
he
that
was,
quiet, though.
No, yeah. I assume.
During that exchange, after Barnabas said that poison the beer, Tynum just made hand the cup back to him so he had his third to drink.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I think we might have if we have. We'll talk in privacy, but he's a strange one. I'm gonna try and keep this low down because I feel like he's right there behind me. So we'll save it for when we're in the rooms.
Yeah, you do now have a private place to talk if you want to.
Okay. We'll head up to the rooms if no one else wants to do anything.
I'm
Sounds good.
fine with heading upstairs.
Me too.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the bar owner. I'm just gonna go. I've tied up my steed outside. I was wondering if you had any accommodation for him. Oh, not a room, of course. If you had stables, perhaps.
Yeah, there's stables out there. Just right around the corner.
Thank you. I just don't want to leave him out in the cold. Leave her. Sorry.
Well-
And that's mean I'll go outside and I'll get Lightbringer and I'll walk around to the stables.
I don't want to be pushy, but obviously, if we're going to be feeding and watering the horse, it might,
Oh, she doesn't require that.
Well, you
She's
sure?
fed and watered.
All right. Well, then
Completely fine.
if it's just a place to
just
put them up,
lovely.
it's fine. Yeah. Yeah. And he'll sort of gesture around the corner. He's not going to leave the tavern, but he just sort of tells you just around the left. You see a little shed. You can just tie her up there.
Yeah, because I'm assuming you don't have to feed magical. It's like basically it's.
I
it's
don't
not
know.
really-
Do you need to feed a magical steed?
I don't think you do. I think they're just
lots
like.
of loves and pats.
I think the love is just that's it. So yeah, just I'll go
Maybe
outside.
Maybe it's
Theris
more like a
reveals that she
Pokemon?
really is been a horse girl this entire time and goes out and strokes and gives it loving kisses and tender words.
Maybe.
I'll be very nice to my horse. It just doesn't need to eat. But yeah, I'll walk it back to where I'll go outside and walk it back to where he said to the left.
Yeah,
stables
and
are.
you see sort of like it's a small shed, but it's large enough just to house Lightbringer, and there's no hay, there's not a lot to sit on, but it's enclosed and it's warm.
Yeah, you go. Give her a stroke. Good girl. See you in the morning. Mwah. Then I'll come back.
Right.
Right, I suppose you gentlemen are bunking up, and I'll have the solo. Thank you. And I'll take
Well,
the
we have
I'll take
we
the
have
key
we
off.
have 3 rooms, so we can.
Yes, so you two, yes, I mean, you all are bunking up, and I'll take the solo. Thank you.
Saris gets one room. Right. How the rest of you going to split up?
Tynum just walks into the next room.
I got Pierre follow him then. Yeah.
Alright, so I don't have the second story built just yet, but that's fine. They are pretty standard rooms, pretty bare accommodations. I mean, the basics are there. You've got the beds, you've got a small basin, you've got some chest of drawers and stuff if you were staying here for a little bit. longer. But other than that, nothing that's completely out of the ordinary. And there's obviously enough room for two of you to sleep in the room. The rooms that he gave you do have twin beds, so you lucked out there. Is there anything you're going to do before you take a rest?
Yeah, I guess. Sorry, go on.
Okay. Ceres is going to write basically an updated letter to the order.
Okay, what's that going to say?
Basically, Elfkeep is lost. Team, some demonic entity from underneath is like taking over the city, taking over people. It's collapsed. We managed to escape in a portal. And what's the name of the bloody area we're even in right now?
Timberfall.
Timberfall, and that we managed to escape in a portal. However, but I will make a note as well that there seems to be some division. There seems to be some division in Dareth's order. Basically, that it's they're turning on each other for some reason, unsure why. But basically, I'll report when I know more.
Okay. So you do that. You seal the letter. Is there a way that you're going to send it? Do you have a carrier pigeon or?
Well, not right. I don't have one right now. I was going to come downstairs in the morning and leave it with the barkeep.
Sure, that's fine. So you just packed it away. You hear that, and you spend the night writing and drafting out that letter by candlelight. What about the others?
Does Dareth and Koresh's room have a window?
There is, yes.
Does the window open?
Yes, it does.
So Dareth is starting to feel a little paranoid. So once we're both secured in the room, Dareth is going to kind of disassemble his mess kit and start leaning like metal pieces like forks and mugs and such around the window and the door so that neither could be opened without making some kind of rattling sound.
Right, so you're setting up a sort of noise trap.
Exactly, some kind of alarm system, as Dareth is starting to feel increasingly paranoid.
Koresh?
Feeling just at home, are we?
Yeah, I fear this will not be the homecoming that I was expecting. I get the feeling no one is going to pin a middle on my chest. It might be a dagger instead.
Well, seeing as your handler tried to have you assassinated, I would imagine that is a logical conclusion. But also, given that we are on the very doorstep of your order's monastery, it's safe to say that there are most definitely spies and other dusk agents about.
Yes, hopefully not in the Respite, and hopefully not in this inn. But one can't be too careful.
Well, Dareth, let me ask you this. If you were stalking a target, when would you strike?
In the dead of night and darkness, of course.
Right. You mean kind of like right now?
Absolutely.
Well, if that's the case, then perhaps it's not such a silly idea to set your silverware about.
Dareth nods respectfully.
But if you don't mind, I'll take the bed further away from the window.
Be my guest.
Alright, is anybody else doing anything?
Before sleeping, Tynam's gonna meditate again on figuring out the way of getting into the ways.
Hey, quick question. Did we ever remove that curse from Tynam?
Nope.
Don't think we did.
Nope.
So he's still...
Someone's gonna want to prepare remove curse. because I can't.
I don't think I have it.
Just saying, before we head into the den of assassins, it would be
We're
good.
gonna need him.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm saying
you
that
don't
we are
lose
probably
him.
going to need to find, a temple or a cleric somewhere.
can Saris not?
Do you have remove cursors?
I don't. Let me check. Not locked and loaded. I was just about to go through my spell loadout. Known spells. Nope, don't have it. Not that I can see.
Pierre's
Nope.
gonna spend the night tinkering with that arm that he got the tip on, and then won't study his book instead. For the first time, he's just gonna mess with the arm all night, or as much as he needs to before he needs to sleep.
Sure, no problem.
Oh yeah, by the way, Thomas, thanks for letting us know that standing immediately behind you means we could get roasted.
Yep.
We only found it
definitely.
out now?
Oh yeah, I mean it hasn't come up yet, but you'll see later as well. There are designs that you don't know about.
You haven't seen those videos on YouTube about the insurgents frying their friends with RPGs?
Yeah, it's backblast of the RPG.
Yeah.
They stand right behind it.
Um,
Yeah, you'll see.
good times. Good thing we're in a forest, so we can start a forest fire.
Oh yeah, Pierre's definitely gonna be liable for much. Smokey the Bear does not like Pierre.
Right. Well, you also made friends with someone who is most likely a domestic terrorist. So have fun helping him complete his death.
And if it looks like a cool machine, Pierre will overlook everything if it means a cool machine's gonna be built.
All right.
Yeah, I won't bring it up to the group yet till I see everyone together. But Pierre will just work on that arm and recalibrate the joint and all that.
Okay, sure. Is anybody else doing anything?
I'm gonna try my hardest not to get assassinated in my sleep, as collateral. But yeah, that's about it.
Everyone has to have a goal.
I mean, goals are good. All right. So for Saris, for Tynum, for Pierre, nothing else happens,
I didn't dream hard enough.
and you have a nice dreamless rest after you've spent some time reading your books. For Dareth and Koresh, just as I think Koresh, maybe you've actually fallen asleep, and it's up to you whether or not this wakes you up or not. But Dareth, just as you're about to drift off, you hear sort of a buzzing noise coming from your backpack.
I reach in.
And you can see that this sending stone that you have is glowing.
He's like, fuck that, I'm out.
Nope.
Bye.
Perfect timing.
Discord.
Yeah,
Auf Wiedersehen.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Turn
was
your phone
that
off
was good
silent at
timing.
night.
That was good timing.
So the sending stone is buzzing, and I have to decide whether or not to take the call.
Basically,
Um,
The
Is
number
Koresh
you have
awake?
dialed cannot be connected. at
Koresh,
this
do you think that would have waken you up?
I mean, cell phones aren't, endemic in this world. So a strange buzzing in the middle of the night would probably, with my passive perception, wake me. I may not jolt awake, but I may sort of just open the rest of my senses to what's going on.
Yeah. Okay.
Eric, when I sent my messages and
Yeah.
received no response,
Yeah.
there's been no way for me to know if my messages were received
No.
or heard. All I know is that I received no response.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the call then.
Okay. So you trace the pattern over the sending stone, over the glowing glyphs, and the message comes over, and it's a pretty simple one. Dareth, we should talk. And you recognize the voice as being Flora.
I turn to Koresh and say, "It's her."
Koresh will sit up and say, right. And, you know, it's probably not an ambush, right?
Oh, it was most certainly be a trap.
Well, then we should wake the others if you do plan to meet.
Oh, I have no intention of responding to this. As I said, she probably is unsure if I am even alive. Unless she has somehow come across Lena, who I believe we have persuaded to seek her own answers. Then surely she believes us killed, and I will not give her the satisfaction by responding to this bait.
If that is the case, and you believe that they believe that you are dead, then it is best to keep it that way. But I think we should double our efforts to hide your identity from any spies.
Makeover!
You guys have a little makeover party overnight.
Yeah, okay, so you're just gonna leave Thora on red, which is fine.
Ghosting.
But yeah, we need to like.
I can see you typing, Dareth.
Yes, oh,
At least
crap.
break up face to face.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna ghost her, man. I'm just gonna ghost her.
Yeah.
But if we want people to think you're really dead, we gotta put more effort into it, I think. All right. Well, I guess she's trying to see if you're alive or not. And if you don't want her to think that, responding would be a bad idea.
I'll
And-
tell the others in the morning.
Unless, of course, she's calling to make amends.
Oh, of course. Maybe this was all just misunderstanding, and she had no intention of ordering Malabar to kill me, or ordering Lena to kill me, or convincing her that I was responsible for the death of her family. No, I believe that would be wishful thinking.
Yes. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you can't. Fool me twice.
Yes, fool me twice, shoot at you.
All right. Well, if that's the case, I'm going back to sleep, and we'll deal with this in the morning.
Okay. Dareth, if you're deciding not to send the message back, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, the sending stones aren't an entire analogy to cell phones, so they won't. She won't know whether or not you've seen her message, right? But
She's fishing. That's how I'm treating it.
sure. You are able to get to sleep, and you have a deep, dreamless sleep. Koresh, your sleep is a little bit more disturbed. You hear the sound of footsteps in your dream. You find yourself running down a darkened passageway, not understanding where you are, but only knowing that there is something that you must run from. The sky above is dark, and as you look up, you can see a few stars twinkling in the sky, Most certainly not as many as there should be. And all of a sudden, you see, standing before you, a figure dressed in white with a veil over their face. And as she reaches out to you, you suddenly feel an intense sense of loss and longing. And as you reach out to grasp her hand, suddenly you feel her being pulled away. And as she screams, her body flies off into the darkness. You startle awake, cold sweat on your skin. Rest
Do
of
do I recognize the veiled figure?
no, as much as you try to rack your brain, you don't know who that figure is.
It's a humanoid dressed in white, veil over her face. So female, but also can't see who.
Can't see
Got
who.
it. Got it. That's disturbing. Koresh, startled awake, will go out to the window, trying not to knock over any of Dara's sporks, and see if there's still the right number of stars in the sky.
As you stare up into the sky, you can see nothing's changed. And at least as far as you're aware, what was there, or should be there, is there now.
Okay. So, with the reassurance that this was a dream, I'll try to go back to sleep, but I have a feeling it'll be hard to shake the unease that I feel
Yeah,
after that vision.
absolutely. There is definitely unsettling. And there's maybe the most unsettling thing about it is you feel like you should know who this figure is. But for some reason you can't. You don't. It's like words that are on the tip of one's tongue and then disappear into the ether. Aside from that, everyone gets a long rest.
Including me, right?
Including you, yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
Ooh, very nice.
Is that your wheel woe thing? You're muted. Oh no.
No, yeah, sorry, that's my wheel thing. I'm using the mechanical mute on my mic because it's easier to reach the mute button. Evens, yeah, we're gonna have a good day, guys. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Uh,
Well, what's our first? Oh, actually, when we meet over breakfast, is that guy that what was his name? Pornibus?
Portibus?
Portibus.
Horn-
That's
Yeah.
it.
Horn eye bus.
Pornibus.
how I
Hort,
remember it.
Hort Ibus, yeah.
Port. Yeah. Okay. Is he still around?
He is not when you come down in the morning. He, clearly had come in for drinks and then had left. And you can see that there's really not anybody who is in the tavern at the moment in the morning once you come down. Very clearly, they're not taking a lot of travelers at the moment. And so People, are, if they are going to come in for a breakfast ale, or have already done it, or they're not coming in until much later. At the moment, the tavern seems a bit bare, a bit stark, a bit empty.
Breakfast buffet hasn't started yet.
You do see Phil, who is again behind the bar. Looks like he hasn't slept much. And he sort of sees you come in, sort of gestures you towards the table and says, "Well, got some eggs frying up. Got some ale. Do you eat eggs?" As he looks towards Dara.
I sniff the air and say, "Yes, I think today I do."
Right, good. Because I think I'm out of bloody carrots. And he gestures you to a table and brings down a big tray of eggs, fried, sunny side up, a few mugs of ale and water for you to quench your thirsts, and some bread. Pretty basic, but clearly looks like he's the only one who's sort of managing the kitchen. So.
This looks delicious. Tell me, is there any news of Timberfall? What is the gossip these days?
Well, there's not much to know about Timberfall, is there? It's similar to everything else in the war. Been busy. I guess everyone there's been busy, sort of gathering materials. All the timber that we get around from the region, all the metal. Smithies are working overtime, so that everything can be brought down towards the front.
War demands more resources, yet fewer hands to collect them.
That's why we're mostly left undisturbed up here. I think they understand we're more useful bringing down trees than we are sticking spears in people.
Makes sense. So no trouble in the city, no civil discord.
Oh, why would there be?
Because we're not there yet.
Oh, you intended something?
No, but if there is something strange going on, I prefer to know in advance rather than be caught by surprise.
Look,
We are merely heading north, so this would just be a chance for us to seek any news of my people.
Look, we're just common folk here. We don't mean you nor your order any harm. All right.
Likewise, I'm sure.
Just wanted you to know that, right?
Your hospitality has been most appreciated, and I hope you will agree that we have been model guests. There is no need for concern.
You don't. If I'll beg your pardon, you don't really sound very much like the rest of them.
I'm guessing that you have not had too many dealings. Those of us who have been trained to serve the kingdoms must be prepared to mix with all types and all kinds of social situations.
I've had dealings, just haven't had very many good ones. In fact, aside from last night, yours might have been the first.
That saddens me to hear that. It should not be so.
Well, hard to see it from the way some of your compatriots act when they get down to this region.
All I can do is apologize on their behalf. And again, thank you for your hospitality, providing shelter and a meal, even ones that suited my own specific requirements. We are most grateful. And who knows? We may return to stay another night after we are finished in Timber Fall, if we are again headed northwest. If so, I hope that we can find the same welcome again.
Well, I think, I wish I could say I did it out of the kindness of my heart, but your friend paid for room and board, so, I'm obliged to
That is the
provide.
that is the contract, is it not? We seek no gift. This is no shakedown. We are honest men who pay honest gold. And that is as it should be.
Right, well, I've got to get things ready. If I'll keep the rooms open for another night, just in case you decide to stay. If you decide to go instead, just make sure you drop your keys back off. Right.
But we can leave the keys, I believe. We will leave them with you now.
All
Just
right.
in case. We do not know what the future.
Like I
I
said,
just want to ensure that we are parting as satisfied customers and a satisfied innkeeper. That is my concern.
right. Well, I think your concerns are satisfied then. By the way, the smithy your friend was talking about is around the corner. Like I said, a couple houses down. You get pretty much anything you need there. You can re-provision, maybe reshoe your horses or whatever else you might need.
Excellent. I will pass that on, and I'm sure we will visit. What is the smith's name?
Rex.
Very good. And take care, Mr. Phil. Maybe we shall cross paths again.
Right. Yeah, that's that would be interesting.
While he's
Um,
talking, sorry, go on.
Yeah, sorry. Before we head to the blacksmith, I wanted to scrounge the area around the town to see if I could find an acorn.
An acorn? You absolutely can find an acorn. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm
You
gonna
don't
put that
even
in
need
my
to roll
pocket.
for it. I think you're
Okay.
pretty easy.
Yeah, and then as long as I have that in my pocket, I'm good to go see the blacksmith whenever.
Before you do, during breakfast, Pierre will just relay what the guy was saying, but then also just say to Tynum, I have a feeling that I know your family is in a little bit of a situation, and we have those hunting both you and the rest of us from the army and the military, but I am starting to worry. This is the first time since I've stepped out of the academy that I am worried that maybe I should not be so, how you say, flamboyant with my creations. That man last night, he said there were people after his creations, his designs, and I always thought the rest of the world would want to see what I have to offer, but I'm starting to worry that maybe not everyone will appreciate the same thing.
Yeah. I know that the current times are troublesome at best, but don't let that stop your creativity. But by all means, maybe no oversharing.
It's
If you want, I can give you a nudge if I think you're about to blab too much.
yes, please, I would very much appreciate that.
Yes, but I mean what I said. Don't let it stifle your creative impulses to create and tinker.
I think it would take a lot more than that to stop me from wanting to build and create.
Good.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Okay. So where are you gonna head?
Blacksmith, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I need to buy
Yeah.
a spell component.
I am happy to follow along.
The
Yes.
Okay.
smith's name is Rex, according to Phil.
Right. So you make your way. You follow Phil's directions, and about a few houses down, you see what looks to be sort of a more open yard that's fenced in, and you can see the unmistakable sounds and clanging of hammer against and tongs against an anvil, and you can see sort of the orange sparks sort of rising up in the cold winter air. And you can see what looks to be a smaller shop, what looks to be a normal house, but with a shingle out front saying, pretty much just a symbol of a anvil, a pretty universal sign for a smithy, no lettering. And you can see out back again what looks to be the forge and the irons and the anvil where the smith's working. As you step inside the smithy, you can see shelves of miscellaneous ironworks, horseshoes, nails, studs and girders, things that are basically you would see, waiting, banding barrels or to use in sort of day-to-day work. Not so much in terms of weapons, although you do see the odd sort of shield and sledge, that are sort of sitting by parts of the door. You also see sort of a middle-aged half-elf woman sort of cleaning down and wiping down the the counter. She turns to you and goes, "Oh, how can I help you?"
I'm looking for someone to do a special piece of work. And he's gonna pull the acorn out from his pocket, and he'll say, "Can you gild this in gold?"
Oh, do you have the gold?
I do, and I'll pay you handsomely for your work if you can do it.
She sort of says, "Just, 1 second." She sort of goes out back, and about a few minutes later, you see the actual smith come in through the door, and again he is elvish, but he's got some guns on him, but obviously still kind of slender, pale white hair, sort of swept off to the side, and he takes a look and says, like, "You want me to gild this?"
That's right. I need it for druid stuff.
Oh, I thought you were all sort of nature people. I mean, gilded acorns aren't exactly part of nature, are they?
I think the gold on the outside simply channels the cosmic forces. I'm not a student of magic. It simply flows through me, and I need this with certain runes and stuff etched on it. Can you?
I mean, it's delicate work. I mean, I'm used to doing some of the, larger pieces, but I guess if you're, I guess I'm as good as any in this town to do it. So yeah, you're gonna have to find me the gold, though.
That shouldn't be a problem. Koresh will go into his pack. Can someone spot me like 60 gold?
So I did put in chat, I don't know if anybody saw it, but technically speaking, everyone has an equal share of the gold we got from the altar, which I have been carrying. So everyone has 200.
On top of what we already have.
On top of what you already had, I was carrying an extra 1,000, so that should be split amongst all of us.
So
Shall
add
we just
200.
do that now?
Yep, let's do that now.
Just
All right,
add,
then
add
I'm
200.
I'm good. So I'll take take the gold out of my pack and say you know, however much of this you can melt down for what you need, and then I'll pay you the rest for your craftsmanship. It needs to have a value of 200 gold pieces.
The acorn needs to have a value of 200 gold pieces?
So literally the spell says, I'll post it in chat, but yeah, so the is a gilded acorn with like a tuft of fur in it. Need, worth at least 200 gold pieces. I'm not sure how,
And
but
fishtail inside a gilded. Wow.
Right. Well, one easy way to do it. It takes 5 gold out of your stashes. That'll be enough for the gilding. I'll take the other 195 as my craftsman's fee.
sounds fair to me.
Right then. Right. And if you pay him the gold, he sort of counts it out. He takes the 5 and puts it in a small mortar. Right. It says, how intricate do you need it to be?
What I'll do is there's like some dirt in his in I assume the floor
Yeah.
of the shop. I'm gonna draw out some runes and stuff like that on there, and let him know that these need to be on the acorn, and then I think excuse me. And I think from at least my pack, I should probably have like a feather. I can pull some fur off of my cloak, and if I need to, I will go back to Phil and see if he has a fish tail.
I would say
Acorn, right?
it seems like it's, yeah. I don't know if acorn is. I don't think I've seen an acorn that big. Like that's more like a pine cone, but
Right.
yeah.
But that's the spell description, so that's what I'm rolling with here.
All right. Well, that's fine. I think he sort of takes it as like, yeah, this will take me a couple of hours to do, but should be able to get it done by lunch, unless there's other things that you need me to craft.
No, and actually, while we're on the topic, there wouldn't happen to be a prospector's office around here, would there?
No, not that I know of. Why?
Looking for gems.
Well, if you want gems, I can help you.
All right. Do you have diamond or diamonds?
He sort of looks at you and is like, yeah, I've got a few. I mean, this is usually the point of exchange for most of the people that come through looking to get rich. So, yeah, I've got a few I can maybe sell you. And he sort of leans down and he takes a key out of his pocket and unlocks a drawer, and he takes the entire drawer out. And you can see when he puts it on the counter that the drawer is actually lined with felt. And you can see all sorts of different gems, ranging from diamonds to rubies to sapphires. And sort of keeps it sort of at arm's length so that you can see it, but not necessarily touch it. It's like, said you were looking for a diamond, right?
That's right. At least 200 gold worth.
I mean, I can give you this one. And he takes it out, and it's about, maybe half-inch in diameter. Fairly, for a rock is obviously, a lot. For a diamond, it's a lot of money. It says that will run you, I'd say about 200 even.
All right.
I've got some bigger ones if you want to, upscale. I don't know if what you're using it for, but if you're using it to propose, less, couldn't hurt to go with the more expensive options.
No, unfortunately, this is for more spell components. Koresh will turn back to the party and say, well, we stand on the doorstep of a guild of assassins, and we've seen what even a barmaid with their training can do. I have a spell that can stave off an untimely exit from the mortal coil. If you think it's worth the investment, I will need a diamond to cast it and prevent your untimely death. Do you agree that this is a worthy investment?
Absolutely.
Any amount of gold is worth our lives for us to complete this. We've come so far to let money step in our way. Definitely, I think we should take it.
Well, then I'm going to need you all to pony up.
Pierre, just also as a reminder that,
Yeah.
based on your conversation with Portibus, that he would require a gem or a diamond or of at least 500.
500. Okay.
So
how much each?
if you want to pitch in for a diamond so I can cast Revivify, it's about 40 gold apiece.
Done. You have 40
Take
gold.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright.
If we pass you 40.
All good.
How many gems did he say he had? Sorry.
And you can see he's got an entire drawer full. And
Yeah,
he does say, and as he picks it out, you do see that there are that actually do seem to fit the description that Portibus had given you. They're big enough where they could conceivably be used as a focus.
Okay. Pierre will speak up and say, Monsieur, I'm quite interested in this larger one here. How much for this one?
This one's got good clarity, decent cut, if I do say so myself, because I cut it. And color's quite good. So I'd say maybe this one, 550 gold pieces.
Unfortunately, I don't have the funds on me for this. Is it possible to maybe conduct a barter of some sort, or possibly maybe work for a little bit of a discount, perhaps? Do you have anything that you might need that I could possibly help?
I mean, don't take much offense, but you don't look like you could help me out very much.
Maybe I could offer up the services of my companions here, clearly without asking them.
Perhaps there are rats in the basement that we can kill.
You see, we are a very talented group of mixed of individuals. So I was wondering maybe if there's any way for us to, work together.
Do any of you know how to smelt iron? Any of you know how to do a proper quench of steel?
I was thinking something more outside of your expertise that maybe you were not able to. You seem like quite the accomplished blacksmith. I was thinking something maybe that you could not do on your own that we could possibly provide with skills that you may not have.
I mean, my roof could use some patching up, but
500 gold worth of patching?
no.
I mean, I don't know. Would Artinum know anything about blacksmithing, considering his dad?
Yeah, maybe had helped out, with the forge a little bit, but you're definitely your dad would have been the expert.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have maybe seen your dad do it, right? But you know, it's
I'm
not-
gonna. I have a shield and sword on me that I've just never pulled out or ever had to use, so I'm just gonna pull them out here and just say, these are actually quite finely made items, and actually, as you can see, never been used before, not a scratch on them. I'm wondering if maybe this could maybe chip off a little bit of the total price. Perhaps, how much would you value the short sword here and the shield?
he sort of takes the sword, sort of weighs it in his hand, sort of tests the balance, tests some of the banding on the shield. This is. All right, I can take. I could maybe take 50 gold pieces off the price.
Okay, so that's good to know. I'm just trying to do some numbers in my head right now. Thank you. Maybe I will come back and we can once I figure out how to acquire the gold for you.
Right. Well, you know where to find me.
Yeah, do you just need a loan?
Uh, but at the moment I don't want to call on the group for funding. 500 is not a small amount, and I'm very curious of where we can go with that gem that I'm looking for, but I'm not prepared to expend a large amount of the funds of the group for this. Maybe it could be nothing at all. It could be a very huge thing. I don't know. I'm not quite sure yet.
As you like.
I do. How much do I have? I have 300 gold on me, but not quite ready to throw all that at some random artificer I've never met.
Don't spend it
That's-
all in one spot.
He's got to take me out first.
Probably a good thing, especially because he's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
Yeah. How much do we have? Like, I guess as a rough guess in terms of the party. Like,
I'm sitting on 200 after chipping in for the diamond.
I have about 100 left.
oh, okay.
I got a whole bunch because I've just been I've basically been the bookkeeper, and I haven't dispersed the funds as equally as we should have done as we traveled. I have
Once.
I have about 800 or so gold
Oh,
pieces.
okay.
No.
Okay, we had more than I thought. Okay.
I was about to say I have 170. Now I just.
You keep giving yours away, though, so we're not going to
Yeah.
use you as
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that Saris is not in charge of the purse.
Okay. In that case, I thought we had less than that. We got quite a bit. Dinah, would it be possible if I could possibly loan maybe 200 gold of you for now from the group, perhaps? And I'm curious to see where this would go. And I think maybe having another like-minded person as myself maybe might be beneficial for the group, at least maybe for upgrades or something similar.
Are you sure about this?
No. But I feel like I have not met someone like me in, well,
Since Seldkeep.
and well, even then, the man at Eldkeep, he was not like me, and he was like me in the profession, but this other one, he comes from the Republic as well, and I don't know, I seem to, there's something about him. I would like to find out more.
Seems like
Okay.
a lot of money to spend on the musings of a tavern drunk.
It is
But
true.
You understood his ramblings more than any of us. What could he possibly do with a gem to focus energy in such a way?
Well, gems can be used for many ways, and one of the primary things they could do is to contain and redirect certain energy or light or heat, perhaps. And with a gem of that size, he must be creating something with a lot of power or energy. But I think
So, how your arms, and we've seen you use them to some devastating effect, my friend. How big are the gems in your arms to release some of the your most powerful effects that we've seen so far
Well,
in comparison to what he wants.
in order to even go to my highest level or maximum output of power, I have to combine all my arms for many of my spells, and that is multiple small gems. For one large gem like this, it's a massive focus, and I just cannot help it. I'm curious to know what one would need with such a massive gem for this much power. And as we've seen, I don't know if this power can be used for good or what we've already experienced, but it's a lot of. For someone to need such a large gem, it's going to be quite a big machine. Now, maybe we need to find out more about this person. He could be just some drunk that just wants me to get him a 500 cheap gold crystal.
I
You're right.
think we do need to find out a bit more. Otherwise, I'm fine with giving you the money, but obviously this is the group's. But I do think caution, Pierre. Maybe let's find out a bit more.
Trust but verify.
I agree. I sometimes might let my passion for the tinkering get ahead of me. Maybe we try to find out more.
Let's
No.
find out
It's always beneficial to not think the worst of others, but neither should one be a fool.
Agreed. Maybe calculated risks. Okay, we can come back. No, it's no rush.
We can come back, and you know that we have the money for it.
Thank you.
Now,
Okay.
does anybody else need anything?
Not really, from no offense to this fine gentleman's skill and his art of smithing, but what I looking for is a little bit more, will require a little bit more work and a bit more expertise in the crafts of armory than I think this gentleman is up to the task for.
Well, I think it's hard not to take that personal.
I'm sorry, sir. I just assumed you were not an armorer. I mean, if you are, you have my apologies.
I mean, it's not the bulk of what I do, but I did used to work as an armorer in the army, so maybe you...
Then Ceres will give a deep bow. My apologies. I just assumed that asking for such an item would cause you just as much offense. But also, there's the matter of time and producing a full set of, for instance, splint or plate to improve my current. And she'll pull at one of her chainmail strings. Rings is probably a longer task than we can wait for.
Plate, most definitely. That would take me at least a week to get everything done. Splint could conceivably do it a little bit quicker, maybe in a couple days.
Not sure where we'll be in a couple of days.
What? Well,
I'm not.
up to you.
I think we'll leave it for me for now.
Very well. Anything else? Nope.
I think we're good.
All right.
Back if I need him.
Okay, so you leave the smithy with your new diamond in tow. He does say, come back in a couple hours. I should have your custom acorn all gilded up and ready to go.
Sorry, misclick.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, so what are you going to do?
So we have a couple of
Set,
hours.
set wait time. 2 hours. No.
So, shall we go look for a board with some quests posted up on it?
I'd like to head back to the tavern to talk to just try to find out where this mysterious artificer lives, perhaps.
Sure.
Maybe you can ask Rex. If it's a small town, everybody will know each other.
Yeah, actually, that's true. Yeah, I could ask Rex. So I'll just say, Monsieur, do you know of of an inventor of sorts? And I'll just describe. I keep remember forgetting his name.
Portibus.
Portibus, yes. Portibus, yes.
Oh, you're with him. I should have guessed with the backpack.
No, I am not with him per se. We study the similar arts and of creation and mechanics, but no, I'm not with him. I'm actually wanting to get to know him, perhaps. Do you know much about him?
He comes in here once in a while. Keeps trying to get. Is that why you're looking for the gem?
I assume he's probably come to you first, I imagine.
Yeah, he came here. He comes every couple of days, actually. He's trying to try and get me to lower the price on the bloody thing. Yeah, strange fellow. Keeps, I don't know what happened to him. He seems quite, smart, but he also seems, pardon the, I don't mean offense, but he's not all there, sometimes. He keeps muttering on about them and they, and doesn't really say anything about, who they are.
Has he always been like this, or has he lived in this town for as long as you know?
No, he arrived here, well, a couple months ago. Since then, he's pretty much only stayed in and around the tavern. I think he sleeps out one of the barns off in the outskirts of the village.
So he does not have a place of his own.
No, not that I know of. He hasn't been here for very long. Originally, I think he was staying in the tavern, but I think Phil had to kick him out eventually. He said he was making too much noise upstairs.
And do you know these mumblings he says? Do you know what he says? Have you heard when he comes in to talk to you about what he needs it for? Has he given you any details, perhaps?
Or he just accuses me of being part of them and being part of like this grand conspiracy of his. So I have no bloody idea what you're talking about. But he just doesn't stop, does he?
Yes, I encountered the same thing recently when I met him.
Yeah. Anyways, he keeps saying he needs his this diamond or gem for his grand invention. He doesn't say anything about it. Just keeps saying that it's going to, change the life as we know it. Don't know what he could be working on that's so bloody important. I think he's working on whatever it is. Again, on the outskirts, one of those abandoned barns out there. We used to use it in the summer months to keep extra hay and other goods, but we haven't used it for a while. I think he's.
You think he has like a workshop or something over there? Have you been there yourself?
No, not myself, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, well, that was very helpful. Thank you. We'll hold on the gem for now. I would like to help this man. Him and I are, as you can tell, similar in many ways, but maybe I can be back another time.
It's up to you.
Thank you. And I'll turn to the group. Well, if we have nothing else to do, I would like to take a look perhaps at this man's potential workshop, if he has one.
I have nothing better to do while we wait for Koresh's order.
And I'll ask for directions to the barn. Is it Is it across that way, like to the south? I can see those villages.
Yeah, it's when we originally described the town, I said that you could see that there's sort of a path that leads out towards deeper into the forest, and you can see in the distance, some larger, barn-like buildings.
I assume that you'll point me in that direction then.
Yeah, that's exactly where he points you.
Okay. Well, if you guys don't mind, I would like to go take a look.
Would you like company?
I think it would. He seemed a little bit defensive, and I worried maybe if we came to say hello, he might react a little bit hostile. So, if possible, I think we could stick together. And yeah, let's head to the barn. Let's go see what this guy's workshop looks like.
Okay. Well, we will do that after we take a quick break. Shall we say 10 minutes? Be back at
Sure.
9:45?
Yeah,
Sounds
Go
good.
use the facilities, go get some
dinner.
water.
Can have a
Yeah.
smoke.
Yeah.
Are we doing okay, Eric? Are we?
Hey, it's your session. Yeah. We're doing what you want to be doing.
Gents, we don't have to murder hobo every session.
Oh, we do, but that's okay.
See you in 5. Need to pop blue.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
I'm getting spooked.
Okay. So you make your way towards the barn where you had heard that Portobus had laid out. And there are several barns in this area that you can see some of them are in use. You know, you can see, hay bales and other goods, dry goods being stored inside these barns, and then some seem to be abandoned. It's not entirely difficult to find the one that Portobus has been holed up in, because you do hear sort of the clanging again of metal against metal, as it seems that somebody is working on something in this barn. Alright,
Okay. Not gonna get too close. I don't want to spook him. So it's. I think we have to be careful here with this individual. He seemed very concerned and skittish, perhaps, of anyone trying to constantly keep telling me he was trying to people they whoever they are trying to steal his information. So I worried if we show up unannounced like this, he will think we are perhaps spying on him. What else? Do you mind going in and just taking a quick little sneak peek and just get the load done? I don't want to spook this man, and I don't think I could get in there quietly.
Well, I have something to help with that,
Okay.
and I will cast Pass Without Trace on the party.
All right.
Nice.
Well, since we're doing that, let me move you to.
Uh-oh, we're gonna have to fight this boy.
The lighting not work.
No, yeah.
We can.
We can see.
We
You can
can't
see
see.
everything.
There's the mech.
I can forget what I saw.
Yes. Well, apparently, forgetting things that you're supposed to know is all the rage this campaign. So just consider it. Consider it.
It's
out of
all
mind.
part of the theme.
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Yo,
We'll be right back.
Deselecting those because I haven't cast those right now.
yeah, technical difficulties.
Yeah, I didn't even shut my spells after we woke up.
Is that a mocap thing on your head?
Oh, this? Yeah. It's I use it for when I fly flight sims and DCS. So it's an IR tracker. It's like 3 points of IR. There's a little IR thing on top of my monitor. So wherever I turn my head, my head turns in the cockpit. So I haven't got to take my hands off the controls and like use my mouse and click things. I can just look around.
Wow,
Very
that's very cool.
It's-
So it's like VR without the headset.
Pretty
You
much.
use your
Yeah,
monitor.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so like if I'm dogfighting, I can look around like this. I still have to keep my eyes on the screen, but when I look around like that, it's like my head moves around. It's quite cool.
Very similar to the one we had in the VR arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool stuff.
Bitchin'.
It becomes very intuitive. I love it.
So you see a barn.
Nothing. Nothing now. I
Wait.
can't even see my token.
Oh, you don't see anything right now.
I can see just myself in the dark.
I can see myself. Well, in the dim, I can see
Yeah.
everyone in front of me, and then the blackness of the barn.
As Eric is frantically deleting lighting. There we go. That's
Alright.
good.
Tynum, everyone else is okay? You should be able to see some trees, and you should be able to see the walls of the barn.
That's what I'm getting.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
It's dark.
doors. Yeah,
Like,
the door's not
my
open yet.
My token is bright, but everything else around me is dark.
Dark or dim?
Darker,
Uh,
yeah. Dim.
Dim.
Yeah.
Sorry, dim.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Okay, cool.
Hey. Actually, yours, Koresh, I think should also be dim.
Yeah, I mean, I have the dark visions. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So you see what looks to be a large barn, wooden doors, and some what looks to be stone walls. So this is quite a permanent fixture. There's no windows though, and you can hear the sound of clanging from inside.
Your friend seems to be busy.
We maybe he wasn't as maybe he was as honest as he says. He may be working on something big. I think we need to be careful here and just get a peek first. Better he doesn't know whether we're actually spying on him. Daraf, if you don't mind.
I just worry that if he does see Mr. Dareth in there, he might get a little bit more paranoid.
I am happy to go in. I just, with these arms, I'm not going to be the most stealthy.
Well, you do have the benefit of
It's true.
my magics, as long as you stay close enough.
We could just knock.
I think that is the best approach. You were friendly with him last night. Today you come as a friend, curious about his work, and perhaps with some investment opportunity to get him the material component that he requires. I think breaking in might elevate threats. Perhaps come as a friend.
Okay.
I agree with Mr. Dareth.
That doesn't happen very often. I will have to go with it. It would be remiss of me to go against the one times that you two agree. Okay.
This is time number 2 or 3. I'm not sure.
They're starting to add up.
If
Okay.
you look above, you might see a certain animal flying.
Okay. You said what type of big wooden doors in front of the barn?
Yeah, just big wooden double doors.
Okay. Then deep breath. Look back at the group. All right. Bang, 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 bang.
No response.
Mr. Portobus is me, the creator we met last night. My name is Pierre. We spoke last night at the inn.
Who are you? I don't remember talking to anyone.
We spoke last night at the inn, and you told me you needed a diamond or a large crystal.
Oh, right. The crystal. Yeah, come in.
Okay.
Should we wait out here, or would you like us to join you?
I have some of my companions here from last night. Is it okay if they join me?
Do you have the crystal?
That is what I'm here to talk about.
Yeah, come in.
We'll wait here. Give us a shout if you need us.
Okay, stay close. And I'll step in.
Yeah. And as you do, you see that what looks to be Portobus in the back and what looks to be a jury-rigged workshop full of metal components, sort of what looks to be radiators. In the middle is what looks to be a large metal grate. And standing in the middle of the grate is what looks to be a 10-foot tall iron colossus or a golem. And Portobus looks at you and says, "Do you like it? It's my new invention."
This is incredible.
Yeah, fuck toilets.
Yeah, I mean, if you can create something like this, I completely understand. What is the purpose of this creation?
Oh, it's for them.
To help or destroy them?
Destroy, of course. They took my inventions. They took my secrets. You think I'm just gonna let that slide? No.
No, I understand.
Now, do you have the crystal?
While he's doing that, can I just do a very thorough sort of looking up and down at this creature? Like, other than just it being a large sort of humanoid-shaped metal person or whatever, giant, does it have any distinguishable sort of like armaments or certain type of like weaponry on it at all?
In the center of the chest, there is what looks to be some sort of emitter, but it doesn't seem to be working at the moment.
Okay. And the arms and legs just look standard, nothing special.
No, the arms and legs just seem pretty standard.
Okay. I was looking for the crystal, and then I realized that I wasn't exactly sure the type of crystal or the way I wanted to you could use it. So I thought I'd come by and just ask you exactly how you'd use it here, and then maybe now that I got my eyes on it, it might be help me a little bit better narrow down my search of exactly what you need. I could see maybe you want it in the center column there for the main focus of the power source.
Yes, exactly. The focus will allow for the electrical currents, which I have set up and charged the invention with. It will focus that energy, and it will obliterate anybody in front of them.
Interesting, interesting. I have something similar with my arms. I am able to combine them and focus certain heat. I've primarily used it heat. What type of energy are you using? Is most electricity energy you are going to be charging and emitting?
Yes. Wait, what do you mean you can do the same thing?
Well, not quite like this. This is an incredible invention. I don't have anything
Wait.
close to this, but
Wait, what? No, this is my invention.
no, I agree.
This is my technology. Why are you trying to steal it?
No, I'm not trying to say anything.
Yeah.
Your technology is different than mine. We're not the same. I'm just
You just said your arms could do the same thing.
with heat. I like to play with fire a little bit. I told you last night. I don't use electricity or any way you've done it. I just like to use fire.
You're with them? You're with them,
No.
aren't you?
No, I'm alone.
No.
I
You've come to kill me. You've come to poison me.
no, never. I would never do this. We are inventors. We must stick together. Please.
How do I know that? I haven't seen you invent anything.
Why, you look at these arms. You think these arms just come out of nowhere?
I don't know.
Someone has
Maybe
to
they
create
gave
them.
it to you. You decided to use a single hinge joint instead of a flange. I mean, that seems to be, someone who doesn't know what they're doing.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to teach myself and study. That's a bit.
Or someone gave you that backpack so that you could try and steal my secrets. Yeah, that's how they get to you. They come in, they pretend to be your friends, and then they try to steal everything that you have. And the next thing you know, you're in some backwater town halfway across the world.
You know as well as I do, no one can just pass an invention to another and have them expect to completely be able to use it and be familiar with it. You need to be certainly attuned in the art of this creation and in a certain way of being able to, understand how things work. And I'll take a step back as I talk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you see Portobus sort of take a step back as well. And he reaches towards a lever on the back wall and says, like,
Now, do you want your crystal or not?
do you have it?
I can acquire it, but I need to
So
know
you don't
that
have it.
I just want to know that you're not going to blast me because I don't have it. If you want it, I can get it.
I knew you were never going to get the crystal. This is all some trick. Well, I'm not going to let you walk away from here. I'm going to teach you like I'm going to teach them. And with that, he flips the lever, and you see purple arcs of electricity start coursing through the grate and up into the golem. And you can see the head suddenly lurch forward with a and see a giant spotlight in the middle of what serves to be the ocular interface suddenly starts shining with a very bright light, almost like a spotlight, as the golem lurches forward.
I'll yell to the group.
I think we can see it.
Yeah, okay, you can see it.
We can see
I
all
don't know
the
if you could
purple
see.
lightning.
Yeah. If you couldn't, I would make it known. Guys, I think this is not going so well. Oh, great.
I'll remember to click on my guy before I roll. There we go.
Okay. Did I get all that? Nope. Sorry, I'm gonna have to add Lightbringer back in. Is Lightbringer on the initiative? It shouldn't be, right?
I don't see it.
Yeah.
You
I don't
didn't
think.
bring
I don't
wait.
think Sarah's brought her.
No, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I think I left Sarah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
sorry, my phone's on mute. No, yeah, I left Lightbringer at the stable. We're
Okay.
just still in the same village. I'm not just trotting around the village on a
Yeah.
horse.
Oh, I see what happened. It didn't clear my initiatives. So I have to do Tynum, you're at 12. Saris is a 13. Koresh was a 9. Alright, so we should be good now. Which means, Dareth, you are first up.
Okay. Hearing the call for help, I will charge in 5, 10, 15, 20. Well, will you look at the size of that?
Yeah, he's a big one.
Are we in dim light?
Inside here, no. This is brightly
Okay.
lit.
Up here. I think I'll do 2 beams of Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay, go for it.
First beam,
Oh, it hurts Peter to have to destroy this thing.
14.
A 14 is not good enough. Eldritch Blast hits it square in the chest, and it's not phased.
So second
And the second one
also misses.
second one just goes wide, yeah.
Okay, I think I should have done this first, but I am going to cast Hex on this thing.
Okay, sure.
Okay, and I will end my turn.
Okay.
Hit the broadside of a barn robot.
Fairy fire it, but
Boom. Alright, and with that, the golem lurches forward. Let me just check to make sure I got his speed right. Yep. Lurches forward. 5, 10, 15. And you can see that the center aperture, which was intended to have some sort of ray in it, is not working right now. Clearly that's what the gem was for, but it still raises his fists and makes an attack against Pierre for a 21 to hit.
Yep. That's a hit.
Alright. And that will do 24 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Ow.
And then it will do it again. Uh, 18 to hit.
Shield.
All right, so the first one catches you right in the shoulder and it crunches against you in the backpack, but you're able to use your spare hand to cast a shield to protect against the second attack.
Sure.
Okay, and that's its turn. Saris.
Sorry, just unmuting. I still have no idea what's going on in there. So, first of all, gonna take, just rush in. Oh, damn it. Sorry. Thing was there. 5, 10, 15. And, oh, my vision's still very weird. I'm not seeing
Yeah,
much.
It's still a little dark, but
Is it? Alright,
Yeah.
let me just
Yeah, I
change
can
that.
I can see it is there. But seeing this thing over there, I'm gonna go. She's gonna say, "What in Lastra's name is that?"
please be careful with it. Just disable it, please. It's a masterpiece.
It's
thing,
my
like-
masterpiece. You won't steal it. I won't let you.
So this thing is drawing power from the two boobly boos. It looks like.
It's all charged up at the moment, so
Is it connected at all?
It's
to
not.
Like any cables?
no.
Okay.
It seems like it was charging when it was on the grate, but there's no more cables attached to it now.
Okay.
Okie dokie. But these things are still zapping power at it.
Well, no, I just That's I
Oh.
can't take those
Oh.
off.
It's just
okay.
it's
Sorry.
It's on batteries.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's part of the map.
Sorry, I couldn't see anything in there before. It was going off descriptions. Okay, so let me see, 5, 10, 15. Shit. 20, 25. I'm actually gonna move here because it means I can grant you both an aura. And I'm gonna throw a javelin at it. I think that's probably the best thing.
Okay.
So, action, throw a javelin.
The javelin clangs
that's-
off the armor of the golem.
And throw another one.
That one hits, finds a crick in the joints, manages to lodge itself in. Do the damage?
Fair enough. Just 7.
Hey, 7 something.
Okay. Spells actually. 1 second here. I will cast. Oh, bollocks. Okay. Bloody Pierre's right in front of this thing. So. Usually I'd cast Sanctuary, but Sanctuary don't work like that anymore. Like, we house ruled it that I could just move around him. So it's no good. So I'm just gonna Shield of Faith myself.
Okay. So you are shielded?
I get a +2 to my AC.
Yeah. Let me just put a shield token on you. There we go. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
All right. Tynum.
Okay, Tynum's gonna go, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh my. Okay, and I'm going to cast Fireball.
Sorry,
So,
fireball
fire-
or firebolt?
Fireball.
Ball,
So
okay.
that's 16 save.
Burn
Okay.
down this barn.
What's the DC?
16.
It fails.
Ah, damn. Okay. Bloody hell. I've used my movement. No, and that's me. I'm just gonna stay on the edges.
Well, he takes damage. Like, he failed to save.
Fails. We want him to
Oh,
fail.
sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
Failed
and
to
I
save.
aimed it around here, so that it wouldn't hit Pierre in the blast.
Okay. Yeah. There's enough space where you're able to do that. The hay bales start catching on fire, but luckily the walls are made of stone, so the fire seems to be relatively contained.
All right, then that's me.
Okay. Koresh.
Muted or Mike.
Alright, does the golem seem to be responding to the commands of Portibus?
You can't tell. I mean, it's come forward and has made an attack. You know.
Okay. I'm gonna move into the room. And I'm going to... So he's standing there by the machines, right?
Yes, Portibus is.
Okay. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Hex upon him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to chuck a Produce Flame at him. So,
By the way, for me, it's still really dim in here.
All right. 1 second.
So, hold on 1 second. Let me just put the concentration marker on before I forget. And here comes the Produce Flame. 27.
Yeah. Do your damage.
Nice.
3,
So
7 total.
So you throw the flame at him, and Portibus is sort of midway going, you know, you're with them. I'm going to make sure that you never steal my stuff. Ah! As your fire sort of catches him flush in the face, and everything on him just suddenly combusts, and he collapses to the ground.
From 3 damage.
7, but he was
mission accomplished.
he wasn't
Go home, guys.
See you later.
he was a commoner.
yeah. Like,
Was that really your main focus at this moment, Koresh?
Well, he's controlling the golem,
yeah.
I don't think he is.
Well, now we know.
and now we know that.
Pierre, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Okay. Wisdom save. And I will use my, just for the sake of it, I'm going to use my Flash of Genius to add 4 to that.
Okay.
You also want to wheel dice?
Nah, that should be fine. 21 after that.
Yeah, 21 is fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the spotlight that's basically in the center of this golem's head is staring right at you, but you're able to sort of, adjust your gaze so that you're not staring right at it. So you are fine.
Okay. I am going to first have my hands claps together, combine, and turrety pops out. And
Okay.
will drop right next to me. It will be a force ballista. So you see like a little turret with a massive fist pointed forward. It'll pop up right next to me. Thank you. Yeah, right next to me if possible.
Yeah,
Up again.
1 second. And you have control over it?
No. Oh, yes, I do. Yes. Okay. And it will use, as it comes out, its action first to blast with, I believe it's a DC check. Yeah, oh, sorry, it's a ranged spell attack. Oh, it's ranged. Okay, then I'm gonna have it just like pop off my back to my side then instead of
Okay.
next to me. And a force ballista, so the fist just does like a little punch out, and you can see like a force wave blast at it. And it's a ranged spell attack, so I'll just do a. Does that work if I just click that? There you go. A 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, great. And he takes. I think I just have to click it here. 2d8 force damage.
Yep. That's 6.
And that will, on a hit, the target takes 2d8 force damage, and if the target is it's not a creature, damn. I didn't think about that. Okay, that's fine. Then he will.
No, a creature's
Is there-
like
yeah.
humanoid and stuff.
Oh, okay, I wasn't
Creature
sure
is
if
a creature,
constructs. Okay, yeah.
It's still a creature, but
Sure.
what is the...
He gets pushed 5 feet.
Okay.
Away from the cannon, so 5 feet.
Is
back.
there a size restriction?
No, it just says if it's a creature.
Okay.
So yeah, just a massive force punch, blast it back. And then Turrety will actually step forward in front of myself.
Okay.
And now on my turn, I will walk back. Hoping I am out of the range of the guy, assuming he had to walk right up to me. So I'm going to step back 5, 10, 15. I'm going to go right next to Tynum.
Okay.
And then with my action, I'll just firebolt it.
Go for it.
13.
Firebolt is not enough. It dissipates against the armor. You see a nice sort of glowing spot where it hit, but doesn't seem to have actually hurt it.
Fine. Cool. That's me. I'm out of the way.
Okay. Dareth.
Eric, can I flank with the cannon?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's what I'm going to do. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So it takes all my movement to get there. And I'm going to draw my katana and swing it with advantage. 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
And that's going to do 5 points of damage plus d6 from my hex, so 8 total. And then I'm going to do a flurry.
Sorry,
of
you're going to
blows.
have to split the hex, so that's 3 hex damage?
Yes, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
5 from the katana, 3 from the
Yeah.
hex.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do a flurry of blows. So first kick is a 25 to hit,
Yep.
and that would do 7 non-magical bludgeoning plus 6 from the hex.
Yep.
And then second kick is a crit
Yes. Very nice.
for 12 non-magical bludgeoning.
Remember to double your hex. Yep.
Yep. And 4 necrotic from the hex.
Yeah.
And that's my turn.
Okay, so Dareth, what you'll have noticed is when you hit out with the katana, you can see the flashes of hex energy, striking in and around the golem. That clearly seems to be doing damage to it. However, the katana strikes, even though you very clearly have hit and you found purchase, don't seem to be doing anything to slow down the golem. And when you hit out with your flurry of blows, even the ones that are you think you've actually placed in really delicate weak spots just seem to bounce off of the carapace. But the hex damage is clearly affecting it.
Now, had I seen Saris's javelin damage it?
Nope. So the javelin did hit. It found like a crease, but it didn't actually it didn't actually puncture anything.
I misunderstood. Okay, no problem. At least the hex damage is doing its thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's me.
Okay. Next is the golem. And the golem's legs will basically stay put. But then the whole torso basically swings around 180 degrees. And it will try to make an attack on Dareth. 22 to hit
It hits.
for 11 bludgeoning.
Got it.
And then the second fist comes down for 16 to hit.
That's a miss.
Yeah,
I
it's-
dodge it.
Yeah, so you dodge out of the way of the second blow. But you do take 11 from the first strike. And that is the golem's turn. Saris. You're muted at the moment.
Yeah, yep, I know I was grabbing it. Yeah, so that's not great. I'm going to, and unfortunately I don't have a flanking position now, but I think the best thing for me to do is probably move to there. So at least I'm near Dareth and can offer some, and Robo, but I don't think Robo benefits from my aura. So I'm going to take out my new fancy flail, and I'm going to whomp on Mr. Roboto.
Sure.
Okie dokie. Damn it, actions and Devotee's flail. Damn it.
10
Not roll well
is
today.
not enough. Yeah, your swing goes wide. Maybe you're just getting used to it. You're not quite accustomed to it yet. In the
14 's
Oh, why
not
don't you
enough,
take
is
a
it?
wheel dice on that? Because
Okay.
I think
Oh.
if you roll a wheel and get above something, no, what's my wheel dice again?
6.
D6.
Is it still a d6?
I suppose D6.
Yeah, it's still a d6. Yeah, you can roll a d6 on that. See if that helps.
Oh, thank you very much.
I can give you a +4 if you need.
With the wheel, you are able to make purchase with the flail.
Thank you kindly. Aye, not amazing.
That's still
But,
15 damage.
I was about to say, is this thing looking? How bad is this thing looking?
Not bad at all. There's
Okay,
a couple of dents.
I'm divine smiting this fligger.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll put a level 2 divine smite on the bugger onto that. So first of all, here's the regular,
Okay.
and there's the bonus.
Okay.
I did not roll well on those. Well, one of them. The other one did. But yeah. So that'll be 15, 21, 23 damage.
Yep. Not bad for one
Okie dokie.
attack.
And I think that's it for my turn. Oh, no, wait. Nah, there's no point trying to push. Okay, you know what? Let's try to knock this thing prone. It won't happen.
Is there a
but
size
let's give it a
requirement on
shot.
it?
Oh yeah, it says here it'll be. I think it will be disadvantage if it's a size larger when you're trying to do shove action. Here we go. I believe it adds 1 level of difficulty per size difference.
So this yeah.
I think I can't do it. Yeah, so I'll just leave it for now.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, Tynum.
I'm going to fire bolt this time. That's not going to hit.
Yeah, that's not. It goes wide.
Okay. And I will stay where I am.
Okay. Koresh.
All right. I'm going to, as a bonus action, move my hex over to
Yeah.
Mr. Robot. And then I'm going to hurl a guiding bolt at it at first level. I will use one of my own wheel dice
Okay.
and add a d6 to that. So 18.
Yeah. With the 18, that's enough. Your cosmic guidance tells you exactly where to go with the guiding bolt.
So here comes the damage plus another d6 hex. So 15 radiant and 3 necrotic.
Okay.
A little ebony and ivory for you.
Yeah. A little duality there. Okay. That guiding bolt it hits, does quite a bit of damage. Is there anything else? Sorry, we've lost your audio.
Sorry, that's my turn.
Okay.
Next person who hits it gets advantage.
Okay. And that next person, I believe, is Pierre.
Good. Gets advantage. Then, seeing that, I will. If I just DM rules, if the turret thing goes to blast him 5 feet back again with Dureth on the other side.
Actually, while we're on that subject, it does remind me, does the turret have stats?
Yes, it does. It has a 18. Yeah.
Then it has to make a wisdom save.
Okay. Let me just have a look what the. If it makes an ability check, then it's just +0. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So the ballista's optics are being scrambled by the bright light that's being emitted from the golem, so
Okay.
it's blinded.
Okay. Well, that's fine. That's no problem then. Then. Okay, then I won't bother with that for now. If he tries to blast it, will and it goes 5 feet back. How does that work with Dareth behind him?
It will push him.
We'll push both of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Won't bother for that then. I will just cast Scorching Ray. And cast 3 rays of fire and hurl them.
Okay.
Is it only the first one that has advantage, or all?
Yeah,
do
it's
all
only
3?
the first one, unfortunately.
That's fine. Let's hope for luck here. Okay, 19.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Cool. That's the first one. That's the damage for the first one. Second one's a 12.
Oh, why don't you take
60. You think 16 will hit? I don't know.
The math says you need a 5 or higher.
Did your 15 hit?
This we had a 17 hit
Oh.
when Saris did it. So yeah, why don't you take it? I believe in you, Pierre.
Okay. Was
And
it slash?
I have lots of these.
Is
Or I
it
have
slash
one left.
RD6?
Yeah.
Not working.
There's also the little menu
Oh, yeah,
on the
got it,
top
yeah.
left. You just hit that, chuck a d6 out.
16?
Ooh, missed it by that much.
The ray hits the carapace and seems to be absorbed by it without
Okay.
doing damage.
That's fine. And the last one.
That does
There
hit.
you go.
Yeah.
Okay. For 9 fire damage there.
Okay.
And I don't want to do it. I mean, pushing him back won't make too. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. The turret will also just blast into him as well. It's a range spell attack, so it's disadvantage anyways.
Yeah, so it wouldn't matter because he's blinded. It would be
Yeah, so
disadvantage.
disadvantage anyways. Hold control, right?
Yeah, you can hold control to do. Oh, nice.
Jesus. Okay. Well, 21.
Yeah,
with
even
disadvantage.
I guess maybe because it's point blank and it's a huge,
Yeah,
it's a large target. It's really difficult for him to miss it. So
Cool. And he will take another 2d6 damage, which I'll roll now. 2d8 for another 8 force damage.
okay, so yeah,
And, can I choose not to blast him back? I don't think I can. That's fine. I'll just blast him back anyways, and I'll walk forward to keep within the advantage.
okay,
Yeah. So the 3 of us just shift back 5 feet.
okay.
Ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apart from Saris.
Apart from Saris. Okay,
Yep. And that is my turn.
okay. Dareth, can you please make a wisdom save?
So unfortunately, I just got knocked out of Ceres's aura.
Oh, did you? Oh,
But,
sorry.
we'll see what happens here.
I was kind of looking at that, going, "No."
Sorry, I didn't realize how big your aura was.
14.
I'm gonna flash a genius and give him +4 to that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you almost get blinded by the spotlight. You almost get blinded by the light, but the flash of genius saves you.
Another runner in the night.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to reposition myself so that I'm flanking with Ceres, so
Okay.
she'll have advantage too.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, knowing my katana doesn't do much, I'm still going to lash out with it anyway,
Right.
because it's all I got. So 25 to hit. I
Will
won't
hit.
bother with the katana damage.
Yeah.
I'll just go straight to the hex damage, which is 1.
Yep.
And then I'll do another flurry of blows. So an unarmed strike with hex damage, 5 more, and another unarmed strike
Yeah.
with some more hex damage.
Lethal.
So another 6.
So
12 necrotic total.
yeah. So even though your punches aren't doing anything, the energy that's surrounding your punches is causing havoc with the systems of this golem.
And I'll stop there so that hopefully my party mates can defeat it before it kills me.
Well, this golem, seeing that there's several things around it now, is you can see the torso. Basically, you can see the light in the head sort of switch, and instead of suddenly becoming a spotlight, you can see the light sort of changes a little bit, and the torso spins around 360 degrees, scanning anybody that's in immediate range of it. I need Dareth, Saris, and Turity to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
This isn't against being charmed, is it?
It is not.
Okay.
Nice.
Sorry, Turdy.
That's why he's there. He's there to soak up stuff.
Dareth and Saris, you're fine. The turret, on the other hand, you can see, it's almost as if it's working through like some sort of force field, and it seems slowed.
Okay.
But the other two are absolutely fine, and that takes us to Ceres.
Okay. I'm just gonna whomp him.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Ooh.
Ooh, there we
Nice.
go. And
There
yeah,
you
definitely.
go. Crush it.
And let's suit that. And let's, why not? I'll throw Divine Smite on top of that. Let's kill this fucker. Oh, pardon me, PG. I don't know if we're PG or
No,
not.
we're swearing. This is an adult stream.
Okay. Okay, so let me throw extra radiant there. No, well, regular radiant, and there's the bonus.
All right. Those are doubled, right?
No, you just
Because you crit.
double the
You crit.
double the
So your
dice.
smite should double.
It does.
I don't know if smites. I
they do.
don't know if smites double.
They do.
It does.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, double smites then.
So 3d8 more.
That's why you want to crit as a paladin.
So just double it. Just
Yeah.
okay. So it'll be 26 then for the divine smite damage,
Okay.
plus the crit damage will be then. Jesus, my brain is not helping here. 8.
I'm counting
Someone help me with
44.
math.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Thank you. Just go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. I'll deal with that. My brain is falling asleep on me.
So your
So,
your
thank you.
flail comes in with the strength of a comet, as the holy energy from your smite comes wailing in and smacks it, cracks it right across its spotlight face. You can see cracks forming across the glass. It's still standing, but it's definitely looking pretty bad.
Okay, well that was my first swing. I'll take my second swing. It's crit again. No, let's see.
Give yourself advantage.
Oh, forgot advantage. Let me roll again.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-da.
And with the advantage,
Okay.
you are able to just hit it.
Okay, let me see how many spell slots I got left. I don't want to use all of them. I'll use a level 1
Okay.
divine smite.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just do a regular 1.
Ooh. Hey,
So it'll be
Ceres,
17. Yep.
how do you want to do it?
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I want to sweep the leg, Johnny. That's what I want to do. I want to just smash it so its leg, basically joint buggers up. The damn thing will hit the floor, and then when it's on the floor, I want to smash down the flail onto its basically its brain. It's that glowing headlight. Just smash it while it's down.
Gears wincing with every hit you come down with.
Yeah, you do, and you bring the leg down, and the thing just sort of topples over, and then your backhand just brings it down and cracks the aperture in the glass, and the whole thing sort of shatters, and the entire golem just sort of shudders, and it slows to a stop.
Ceres, when the thing hits the floor, it's dead. Ceres is going to march over to this guy, gesture at him, and go, "Mentally unbalanced man," and then gesture to the robot. "Big killer robot. Mentally unbalanced man. Big killer robot," while staring right at Goresh.
I think we avoided a tragedy.
Tynum just reaches out and oh no, because Pierre, you moved forward.
I ran right up to the robot. Yeah, I'm like.
Okay.
But before I go up, you can tell, and it's fine.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna reach out. Tynum just reaches out, holds Pierre's shoulder, and goes, Sometimes you just can't save them all." And then
This was
shoves him
not
forward.
saving. This was man, mentally unbalanced man.
Oh, he doesn't give a
Big giant
Ceres,
robot.
Ceres, I was referring to the construct because I can see that Pierre's very, very disturbed by us trashing it.
Yeah.
very disturbed by us burning this man alive.
Pierre pays no attention to the guy that's like on fire. He's more concerned about the dents and the gears being broken up and
Yeah, Ceres is gonna now just like smash, keep
Yeah.
smashing the head. Like,
yeah.
no,
Wha- Once
No.
actually, once you do smash in, like if it's clear that it's gone down, Pierre would actually try and stop you from trying to smash anymore. Once it's like any further unnecessary damage, basically. Yeah, and just want to like
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go. We'll just one more petulant swipe, and then just gonna like basically walk over to him, walk over to dead guy, and basically kneel and say a prayer in front of him. Just like
Is he dead or just unconscious?
he was set on fire.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't think we got to him in time. Perhaps
he's crispy.
Gosh. Perhaps you should
so-
inform Phil of what happened. I would hate for someone to discover this after we had left the village. It would be better, I think, to be upfront about what we discovered and what happened.
That the mentally unbalanced man set loose a killer automaton against us.
It could have posed a threat to the entire village, maybe even to Timberfall itself.
Right. I think that is probably a good course of action. And for the record, I'm not a artificer. I don't know how these things work, but generally, when something is summoned or constructed by something, killing the summoner usually stops it.
You'll get no judgment from me.
I know.
No,
I
me.
said,
this-
looking directly at
Well,
Sarah.
maybe this should affect your future decisions in that regard.
Well, consider it my first foray into artificer.
Anything interesting about the grate on the floor? And I'm just exploring the
Uh,
barn now.
The great,
It's like
Can we charge our phones?
yeah, it's sort of like if you had a phone, you could try and put their ascending stone on it.
Yeah, put the sending stone up on it.
It doesn't react. It's apparently not the chi
magic
standard.
Chi
It's,
charger.
it's apparently the sending stones haven't adopted the chi standard just yet. So
They're on power wave.
yeah, so no, the grate does seem just to be a grid for conveying electricity. If you actually examine sort of the grooves on the golem's feet, you'll see that that's actually how the energy was being channeled up into the golem.
Right. Can we investigate the rest of the barn? Anything interesting?
Rather, there's some scrap. I think the machinery has essentially been cobbled together from a box of scraps. There's an old sort of furnace that he's somehow Portibus has managed to patch together. You can see everything else is seems to be sort of scrap metal and old horseshoes, bits and bobs of scavenged armor and metal plate. The golem itself, again, also seems quite patchwork. Now that you're examining it closer, like it seems to be riveted and bolted together in really not the most aesthetically pleasing manner, but in a way that does make it quite effective.
She's beautiful.
Yeah,
To Pierre.
Pierre, unfortunately, you could try and scavenge some wiring and maybe some components from it, but nothing that would actually be of use.
What did he use to create the joints? Was it single or was it flange?
It was flanged.
Of course it was. Yeah. I was hoping it'd be single and he's just talking out of his ass. Okay, I will spend time and just say to the group, I know you may have some other errands to run with when the blacksmith is finished, but I'd like to spend some time here to document all of this. In particular, I want to basically get a whole blueprint of this creature and also all his charging station and his wiring of how he's come up with charging this thing. And I'm gonna just basically etch down and draw everything in this room, however long it'll take me.
Okay.
You don't mind, Miss. Well, while we are waiting for Karesh's acorn, I would just like to rest for a little bit and tend to my wounds.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes, I'll go inform Phil and check on Rex. But before I leave, Koresh is gonna put his hand on on Pierre's shoulder and say, "Knock yourself out, but if you end up turning into a paranoid madman who creates a machine of death, I too will fireball you in the face." And then he just is gonna walk out.
It'd be interesting to see a druid try to fireball.
Or sorry, firebolt or produce flame, or I'm gonna just set you on fire.
Yeah. So, Dareth, you can go ahead and take your long rest. We'll say during this hour. The short rest. Sorry, during this hour, Koresh, you go back to Rex. Rex has finished the acorn to the exact specifications which you required. So you now have a gilded acorn in your possession, which you can add to your inventory. Rex also comes to you and is like, "Oh, you're still going to need that diamond."
Oh, sorry, I thought we bought the diamond already. But yes, I
No,
will
no,
need
you
the
bought the
diamond.
200 gold piece one.
Oh, right,
the
the
Pierre one.
large
Yeah,
diamond.
yeah.
Funny
I'm-
you should ask.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
Well, whenever Portibus does manage to scrounge up the funds, you tell him I'm still got it on layaway for him.
Maybe you don't need to do that anymore. And then I'm just gonna turn around and leave.
Not suspicious at all.
Don't be suspicious.
All right.
Wonder why people think we're murderers.
Don't be suspicious.
Okay. Is anybody going to stop by the tavern?
Yeah,
Well, what
well,
I'm doing is,
Koresh
can I be searching? What does it mean? I'm not like trying to loot him. I just want to see if he had anything on him, like maybe a picture of a family member or something. Can I? I'm searching
You
this
do
guy's,
actually, yeah, you do find sort of a tucked away in one of his pockets is, a small, artist sketch of someone that looks familiar. It looks similar to Portibus, but isn't Portibus. It looks to be like a family member, like an uncle or a father figure, standing next to what appears to be a large rectangular box with with the words underneath the pot de toilette for my son Portibus. That's the only identifying information you find.
Yeah, but he's got anything else on him?
No. I mean, you've got some
Okay.
scraps, a couple of screws, like you can see some tools, that he has in there, but he doesn't have any gold. He doesn't have any money on him.
Okay. I'm at least going to lay him down and close his eyes, so he's in a bit more dignified position than he was,
Okay.
and basically,
Does he still have
if Pierre's still rooting around, I'm gonna walk up to Pierre. I'm gonna basically, Ceres is looking still pretty pissed off. He's gonna just take Pierre's hand, put this keepsake in his hand, and then just walk out.
Do I recognize the dad as like facially? Like I obviously recognize the name, but would I have ever seen?
Yeah, actually, the face seems quite familiar, actually, to you as being Seton, the famous inventor, famous artificer, from Freeport.
Okay, Pierre will stare at it a little for a while, lost in thought, and then tuck it away in his like shirt pouch, keep it there for keepsake, and continue on with his sketches.
Okay. So I think, Koresh, if you're going to stop by the tavern, and Phil sort of looks at you and says, like, did you find what you were looking for?
Yes, thank you for the tip on the blacksmith. Rex is a competent artisan. But I think you should know that Portibus had built a giant mechanical machine of death in that barn.
Uh, I'm sorry, what?
You're free to go look for yourself, but it was steel and gears and punching, and he wanted to put a giant gem in it so that it could shoot beams of energy.
Just... It seems so quiet. I mean, paranoid, but quiet.
Also quite paranoid, and well, he set the machine upon my companions and I, and well, and he's no longer amongst the living.
Oh, right. Look, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but, I believe you, but I'm not sure the rest of the townspeople are going to be that much more trusting, especially since you have a dusk agent keeping you company. Might be
That's
best if you, moved on quietly.
that was our plan, regardless. But some members of our party thought you should know the true events of what happened today.
Thank you. We'll go out and we'll take care of him. He wasn't here long, but obviously he still deserves a burial.
Oh, and I guess there's a whole bunch of scrap metal for Rex.
Is that where all the scrap metal's been going? He was complaining about that.
So, you're welcome. No. Crash is going to leave. He's going to turn around. He's going to be walking down the street, examining his little acorn, and he'll return to the barn after the hour is done, and he'll walk through the doors and say, "All right, I think we've spent quite long enough in Spirit's Respite. Shall we make our way to Timberfall?"
Yeah.
Sure.
Before we start traveling, Ceres is gonna basically approach Koresh and say, "May I have a moment with you, please?"
I'm sure if you have a complaint, you can put it in a strongly worded condemnation.
I need a moment, please.
Then by all means.
She goes, "I know you don't care for what I believe. And I know that I'm never going to make you think the way I do about other people. All I ask is you look within yourself and you try to find that 1 ounce of regret for what you did. I know you're going to say it was necessary. I know that's what you think. But all I ask is that sometime today you take 1 moment and think if perhaps there was another way to do things, and that person, no matter how deranged he may have seemed, did not deserve that death, and that maybe you could take that knowledge on for future reference. I know it's pointless of me to ask, but I just wanted to ask you to try." And then Ceres is going to go, and she's going to just mount Lightbringer. Not even going to leave any time for response. It's just going to be something sarcastic. He's just gonna go over to Lightbringer and just mount it.
All right.
All right, Dareth, you finished your short rest, and with all of your tasks done in Spirit's Respite. Sorry, Dave, I think your audio's cut out.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying I lead Pierre out of the barn.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, Pierre, you've managed to sketch down and diagram everything. Dareth finished his short rest. Koresh has received his goods. And so the group of you, having finished all your tasks in Spirit's Respite, having gotten your rests and your new toys, the group rides out eastwards through
He's traveled hundreds of miles south.
through the snowy forests and make your way eastwards towards Timberfall. And that's where we're going to leave off for tonight.
So
Beans.
Sweet.
Yeah. So next session will be in, likely, unless there's any other sort of obstacles, be in Timberfall, and then you can figure out from there how you're going to get up to the monastery full of, big evil monster worshipping people that also tend to be wanting to kill Dareth very, very badly.
hunter of evil ninjas.
Hopefully not all of them. We'll find out.
Yeah. Well,
It's a den of evil doomsday ninjas.
Or higher.
Easy, easy.
You know. We're true believers, but we're also out to make a buck.
Well, I mean, you got to buy a ticket onto the great spaceship, right? And Kool-Aid's not cheap.
The ancient one takes his time, right? In the meantime, everybody's looking for work.
Fair enough. All right. Well, thanks for the session, Eric. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was perfect.
I hope you guys
Nice
had,
and low key, like you said. Well, glad we still got a
Give
fight.
the,
Yeah, no worries. I hope you enjoyed it, despite it being a little bit more relaxed than some of your previous sessions. So
Just what I needed.
Yeah, it's good. Enjoyed it.
cool.
I know, it's still good.
All right, great. Well, that's gonna end this session. We still have a few viewers in the channel, so I'm gonna send them off to someone else. And I'll be right back in the Discord in just a second. All right, so thanks everybody for staying on the stream.
So Thomas, just let me
And,
know when you need to go.
If you we're going to do a raid.
I'm happy to go as often.
Thank you for staying for the channel. We do this session every 2 weeks
we go back to
on
work
Wednesdays.
next week, but
and
do after work.
Let's see, who can we send
Yeah,
people
I can
to?
When do they actually open?
Let's
So they
go
open at 11
to
on weekdays.
uh
At 12 on weekends, which is weird, but
let's
Okay.
try
So that's still okay though. I mean, it's
Osquest. What are they doing? They're
maybe
hosting.
Monday next week.
So let's go to
Thursday next
I'm still on
week.
holidays.
try Dead
Monday
Aussie
before I
Gamer.
Go back to work.
no, he's
So you're
he's
saying,
quite a
like,
good streamer
Uh,
and should be
yes.
interesting, and they're doing
Okay,
Strahd.
I'm going on the 20th. Let me
So,
see if
Oh,
I
okay,
can-
let's
so
do
go-
that.
let me-
Thanks
let me
again
see
for
if I
staying
can
around.
swing it.
Again, if you like the
'Cause
channel, if you like the
I-
content, please feel free to leave a
Yeah,
follow.
I mean,
We don't have to-
It helps the
I can't
channel,
do
helps us
Monday.
understand
Yeah.
what,
yeah,
what we
yeah,
can do
no,
better.
That's fine.
All right, thanks everybody, and have
Yeah,
a
we
good
don't have to
night.
next week. We can do another week as well. It's no big deal.